Can you guys hear me now? I fixed the issue. I think I fixed the issue. Oh my god. Hi, Miss Beans. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh my god. I was like, what? What? I was like, you can't hear me. Please. Please. I am so little. Okay. I just figured everything out, so we should be good now, because now I don't have to necessarily do this anymore as a... I can just do this like this way, and it makes everything... You can hear me now? Perfect! Hi! Alright, we are on to Newsday now. There we go. Now that I figured everything out. News! There we go. Wow. Okay. Well, we're gonna start with something a little more lighthearted, and it says, what would you do in this situation? And this is literally like my favorite fucking video right now. Truly, I love this video. Hold, let me make my fucking cam smaller. Okay, it says, what would you do in this situation? We're starting with lighthearted shit because we can't, it's not gonna be lighthearted after this. I love this video so much for so many different reasons, but literally it's like, what would you do in this situation? And I tweeted it earlier, and I was like, I would go up to that godlike creature and be like, stop, you're not like this. This isn't you. Oh my god. Somebody was like, I'd fight back. And I was like, bitch, you're gonna get sucked into a fucking black hole before you fucking have a chance to do that. But some of the stuff I also just bookmarked today for us to go through, because, girl, let me fucking tell you, okay? Some of the shit, girl, let me tell you. Okay, you know, we're just gonna start because this shit actually is irritating me. So yeah, one of these videos has to do with transphobia towards our queen, Dylan Mulvaney. If you don't know who Dylan Mulvaney is, look, Dylan is a BRB. Okay, word. Dylan is a trans TikTok influencer, not just an influencer, but just like overall an amazing human being. Like, let's be fucking real. And this is what some white man had to say. I don't know who this white man is, to be honest. He looks like an average ass white man, useless as fuck normally. So that's that. So yeah,
Dylan,
here we go.
If that is the most
Matt
attractive
Walsh,
you will ever look, then I don't even want to imagine what you'll look like when you're at your ugly.
You know what's so crazy? Straight, especially, it's not even just straight, but especially transphobic white men, and just transphobic people in general, but specifically men, will always be like, if this is what you think your attractiveness looks like, I don't even want to imagine what you like with no makeup and blah 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 blah. This is literally what straight men do all the fucking time, and I'm convinced that it's because they're actually attracted to them, and they're like, oh my god, like this person's actually so fucking beautiful, but like they're too fucking scared. They're too fucking scared to admit that like a trans woman or even a trans man can actually be fucking attractive, because they're all fucking attractive, and they're just, but these fucking people are just the people like this little ding dong douche right here. They're so fucking caught up in their own fucking world that they're like, oh, well, you're never gonna be attractive. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. What if, and I don't know, and this is just a fucking thought, what if y'all just shut the fuck up and let trans people live their fucking lives the way that they want to fucking live their lives? What if you just let them fucking be happy instead of fucking getting on the fucking internet and on fucking news stations and all this fucking shit daily, weekly, monthly, just to fucking bash and bully them? Like, what if we just like fucking stop that, right? Like, what if instead of talking about like, I don't know, trans people and like how they're ruining our world, because they're not, okay? They're literally just human beings and they just want to be fucking happy. instead of talking about like how trans people are ruining our fucking world with your fucking receding hairline, okay, that bitch has taken like 50,000 fucking steps back, bitch. First the fuck of all, so stay in your fucking lane, okay? But second of all, instead of fucking talking about trans people and how they're ruining people's lives, what if we, I don't know, fucking try to come up with a fucking solution to the shit that's happening in fucking Ohio? Or like, I don't know, figure out a way that we can, you know, get relief over to fucking Turkey and, I don't know, fucking solve the homelessness population issue. Like, I don't know, what if we fucking try to take care of fucking student loan debt? I don't know. There's just so many fucking issues that we could possibly fucking take care of, but surely we can choose one of them instead of focusing on fucking trans people and gay people and how they're fucking abominations and they're not fucking good people. Like, what if you just minded your fucking business? What if you just minded your business and minded your business? I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me, babe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, babe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, babe. Look, all I'm gonna say is some of y'all have a lot of fucking audacity. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, continuing.
Ugliest. You do not pass as an attractive woman.
Yes, she does.
Or as a woman at all.
Yes, she does.
Even with 50 pounds of makeup and plastic surgery and clever lighting tricks, even then you still cannot escape what you really are. And what.
Okay, she still passes as a fucking woman. That's so fucking crazy, right? I know. Literally looking at Dylan, that's a woman. I don't understand like what the fucking issue is. Like, it's so crazy to me that like they think bullying is the way to like get that. Like they're like, I'm gonna bully these people and surely like get my way. Babe, I hope you know that like for every one time that you fucking bully anybody in the fucking LGBTQIA plus community, I hope you know that we are petty. And I'm an asshole. And I'll make you fucking cry, okay? I'll expose shit about you that you probably didn't fucking know. And if I don't fucking make you cry, I'm at least gonna make you so fucking angry to the point where you say some fucking out-of-pocket, disrespectful shit. I'm gonna get you to that point, babe, okay? Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna have people and force people to see that you are the issue, that you are the fucking problem, not Dylan. You, not Dylan. You are the issue, okay? Dylan is not the issue. You are the issue, okay? You know, it's so fucking crazy. There's so many trans people on this fucking planet who have gone through the process early on in their life, like prior to puberty, and pass as like whatever gender they transition to, and you would never even know. You would never fucking think twice. And if somebody had to be like, oh, you oh, like, are you like, I noticed that you don't get your period, like, you know, like, whatever. Literally, any of these women could literally just be like, oh my God, like, yeah,
what,
like, I just don't get my period. Isn't that so crazy? I know. And then, like, you wouldn't be like, oh my God, you're less of a woman. You wouldn't be like, you're less of a woman. She's like, oh yeah, I can't have kids. You wouldn't be like, oh my God, you're less of a woman. But because it's a trans woman, y'all love to, like, start throwing shit at them. And same thing with like a trans man. Like y'all love to be like, oh well, you know that they're still ovaries and then y'all just fucking like spewed hateful transphobic shit on both ends of the fucking spectrum. And it's so fucking like and it's like, y'all, first of all, it's like, if you're gonna fucking insult me, if you're gonna insult anybody in the LGBTQIA plus community, like, at least make it fucking clever. Don't make it shit that we've already fucking heard 10,000 times. Don't make it shit that doesn't even fucking hurt our feelings anymore. Like, you literally just look stupid now, and people are literally just like seeing you as like the worst human being on this fucking planet. I would truly hate to have this fucking man in my family, honestly. If I had somebody like this man in my family, I'm gonna be so real with you, I would probably, you know, I'm not gonna say it on stream, cause like, you know, legal reasons, but like,
just be
men like this, irritate me. Women like this, we stan. Okay, back to the video.
You have successfully shed whatever parts of you were masculine, perhaps, at least on the surface. Nobody would ever describe you as masculine or manly, so you've got that going. But your femininity quotient has not increased at a rate commensurate with the loss of your masculinity.
Yes, it has.
You may not be masculine, but you also aren't feminine. Instead, you are.
She is just as feminine as any. I just want to know. You know what? No, we're gonna keep watching. We're gonna keep watching.
Weird and artificial. You are manufactured and life.
You know what, babe? You know what, babe? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about transphobic people. Yeah, no, they're just bullies. Yeah, no, they're all just bullies. Actually, I had a whole fucking spiel to go into just now. I decided not to go into it. They're just fucking bullies. Is anybody shocked? Absolutely not. Absolutely the fuck not. No, they're literally all just fucking bullies. I would hope that at some point somebody like this no longer has a platform of their own. And by someone like this, I mean, what's his name? Dave Walsh?
You are unearthly and eerie.
Matt
you are like
Davey?
some kind of human deep
He looks like a ding dong.
fake. That's what you are. You are a man deprived of all the best qualities
I'm gonna sit here
of
in
men, but without
silence.
any of the best qualities of women. Even your personality is contrived. Everything about you is fake. Nothing about you rings true. Nobody buys the act. You'll never be accepted as a woman by anyone. Never by anyone. Even the people who pretend to accept you as a woman are only pretending because they're afraid of being lectured if they don't, or because they want to use you as a platform to virtue signal. But everyone who looks at you will see something pitiable and bizarre, something utterly unfeminine in every way. You will never be able to actually have the identity that you're trying to appropriate, nor will you ever be able to fully escape the identity that you're fleeing. The best you can hope for is some kind of limbo, the worst of all worlds. And yet, even in that limbo state, you will still be a man. Just not one that any of us can respect or take seriously. But other than that, champ, you're doing great.
Let me tell y'all something. Let me just give y'all a little. This is for any racist, transphobic, homophobic, misogynistic ding-dongs out there. And let me say this calmly and as clearly as possible, because I know how y'all don't like to fucking listen. So, anybody who ever has, and then this is also for anybody who is trans out there as well. First of all, specifically to the transphobes and the homophobic people, the transphobic people, if you go through fucking life just being hateful, thinking that somebody who is living their true authentic life and then trying to tell them that they're not living their real authentic life because that's not really them, as if you live in their fucking brain, and as if as if somebody transitioning from male to female or even female to male is not happy, right? It is wild to me that somebody has not, and I say this with every last ounce of disrespect, it is wild to me that somebody has not bashed your fucking skull in. Because why are you transphobic? What? I just want to know what Dylan Mulvaney did to you. I want to know what any trans person did to you that made you feel like you getting on the internet on a fucking Saturday morning or a Friday morning or a Monday morning or a Sunday morning. Probably not a Sunday morning, because y'all claim that you love fucking God and go to church every fucking week. So I'll leave Sunday out of this one for now. It is wild to me that y'all love to think that y'all are really doing something, one, but two, I just want to know, like, what did these people do to you? What did Dylan do to you, right? What have any of these trans men and women done to you? And even non-binary trans people, what have any of them done to you that you feel like you have to be so fucking hateful day in and day out to bully somebody, to try to ostracize somebody, to the point where, like, some of these people literally do commit suicide because, like, some of y'all are so awful, and that breaks my fucking heart. And then y'all try to excuse it by being like, well, they, like, I mean, look at them. No, like, why? Like, I don't need to look at them to be like, oh yeah, I see what you, no. They, if somebody transitions from male to female, they are just as much of a woman as any other woman on this planet. And it does not matter what fucking reasons you have to be like, oh, well, you know, she can't get a period, right? She can't get her period. She can't have kids, okay? She had to get breast implants. Guess what, babe? There are plenty of women who have birth defects, technically, mutations in their chromosomes that women don't sweat, or even they don't fucking get their periods, which is a thing. There are plenty of women who cannot have kids, okay, for both medical reasons, like actual like medical reasons that if they were to get pregnant they would die, or even just the fact that like their body just does not produce eggs. They're no less of a fucking woman, just like any woman who doesn't get her period is no less of a fucking woman. And also there are plenty of other women who get facial work, plastic surgery, whether it's on their face, on their bodies, whatever. They are still just as much women as any other woman. And so I'm just trying to figure out how somebody transitioning from male to female, or even male, or from male to female, or female to male, I'm just trying to figure out how they are less of their of the gender, not new, but of the gender that they feel most comfortable in their skin. I'm just trying to figure out how any of that fucking affects you, and why suddenly that makes them less of a person. And it's wild to me because you will say this shit about Dylan Mulvaney, but if you, and I don't even want to fucking bring this person up, but unfortunately I'm going to, but then if you fucking look at like Jeffree Star, bruh, like, you're gonna sit here and you're gonna fucking tell me and be like, oh yeah, but I'm a conservative and I like Jeffree Star. You know, Jeffree Star, well, he at least he's passing it. Like, he could pass as a woman. And Dylan Mulvaney passes as a fucking woman too. There are some women who do have stronger facial features, just like there are plenty of women on this planet who also have very soft facial features. Same thing with men. There are plenty of men on this planet who have very soft facial features that make them look a little bit more feminine. And there are plenty of men on this planet who have very strong facial features that make them look more masculine, okay? And some people look a little like in between, and you kind of look at them, you're like, wait, are you, And first of all, if you have to question, then it's also none of your fucking business. Literally just refer to them as an individual. You can literally just say, hey, how are you? Like, what's Gucci? Treat them like a normal fucking human being, because it's not hard to do, okay? It's not fucking hard to do. And the fact that you have to bully somebody into making them feel less than, like, that shit will always get on my fucking nerves. Especially because Dylan didn't do shit to you. No fucking trans person has ever done shit to you. Dylan Mulvaney has not done shit to you. Laverne Cox has not done shit to you. Okay? There are so many fucking trans people on this fucking planet that they have not done shit to any of y'all. And yet, day in and day out, y'all love to fucking treat them like shit behind, and y'all like to try to mask it with politics, and then when politics doesn't work, you like to try to mask it with religion. When in actuality, y'all don't even fucking follow your own fucking religion to the fucking butt. Because if you're gonna fucking bring up religion, follow it to the fucking T, broski. Okay? Follow it to the fucking T. Okay? Follow it to the T, babe. Because clearly you got a lot to say. So fuck you. Love you. Hi, babe. Love you. Love you, Dylan. But fuck you. What is your name? Matt Wiener? Something like that? Dick Wiener? Something? Is that what the DW stands for? Dick Wiener? Probably. I don't know. Useless ass human being. Useless. Okay. We're gonna move into this. Something to kind of lighten some more stuff a little bit before we move into the really heavy stuff, even heavier. I'm sick to my stomach, ain't no way. Yeah, the fact that Kendall Jenner is most likely / possibly dating Bad Bunny, yeah, I would like to pass away, truly, honestly. Like, that is wild. It's wild, babes. It's wild. I cannot believe, babe. I cannot believe. I cannot believe. She gonna ruin your life, baby. She part of the Kardashian Jenner clan. Maybe not. I feel like Kendall Jenner is actually the least awful one in the family. I say that with the utmost love. Like, and when I say the least, I can better phrase that. I would say instead, I think she is the least problematic of the family. I feel like we don't really see her in like the news in terms of like her doing bad things. I think the only scandal I truly remember from Kendall Jenner was the fucking Pepsi one with like the whole police brutality thing. That's literally the only fucking scandal I remember from Kendall Jenner. I'm gonna be so fucking real with you. I don't remember any other fucking scandals. Okay, I don't know that she's really ever had like a major scandal other than that. And she apologized for that. And also that was Pepsi's idea too. Y'all were mad at her, but be mad at Pepsi. They're the ones who fucking did her like that. They're the ones who fucking had her. You know what I'm saying? Anyways. Next up is Chris Olsen.
One of the guys who
talking about his encounter with a Grammy Award winning artist, or a famous person, an artist. And we're gonna look at the comments.
So I almost went home with someone that you and I both know the night of the Grammys, but I don't think I was going to tell this story, but I think I'm just going to leave names out and tell you anyway. During the Grammys, a low-life TikToker like me is separated from the like main area with all the artists. So I really didn't get to talk to anyone, and I also didn't really expect to, but what I didn't realize was how many after parties there are. So I ended up going to one, and it was just kind of like not the vibe. So then I end up thinking like, okay, I'm just gonna go home. But then while I'm about to go home, my friend texts me and he's like, do you want to come to this other one where there are like some of the artists and like nominees are here? And I'm like, okay, he's probably playing it up, but like I'll go and check it out and just see what's happening. When I arrive, I realize like he wasn't lying. There are a lot of people that I recognize there. So when I find him, he's talking kind of in like a group of people kind of near the back, many of which I certainly know who they are already. He's kind of like standing like awkwardly kind of but behind him, but like to the side of him, because listen, while I may seem like extroverted online or on TikTok, in these social situations, I am the most introverted, socially awkward person ever. But then he starts introducing me to some of these people, some of which I definitely like don't need to be introduced to them. Like I know who they are already. And then one of the guys who
he's introducing you. He's introducing you because it's polite, because they might not know who you are. But also it's like, you know, a formal introduction kind of thing to be like, hey, that's the only reason why, Chris.
Introduces himself to me. And we end up kind of like sparking a little bit of a convo. The only issue is, like I said, we are kind of like in the back near like some of the speakers. So it is loud where we are. I can barely hear a word this man is saying. I keep having to be like, what? Sometimes I just like pretended to hear him because I was like, I can't keep saying what. Like I can't even believe I'm even talking to this person. Just pretend that you hear what he's saying. It was also a good excuse to be like physically close together. And then he is finally like, okay, it's too loud. Do you want to go outside? And I'm like, yeah. Anyway, we eventually go outside, and then he sees more of his friends who he starts talking to. Very popular guy. We start talking about going to another after party. And at this point, internally, I'm like, oh God, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna make it. Like, I flew into LA that morning, but I'm also like, Chris, this is once in a fucking lifetime. So then he's like, do you wanna come to this party with us? Then we're probably gonna go back to my place after. And then I really think about it, and I'm like, when you're sober, it is really hard to keep up with people who have other things to like help them keep going. Plus, I'm like, maybe it'll add some like allure if I say like, I have to head home. So I make up a line, I'm like, I have something early the next morning, and he's like, when can I see you again? Which I guess is like bare minimum, but I'm like, swoon. Now I still have a message to him, and I don't know what to do at this point.
Also, before you get excited, it was not Harry Styles.
I also love that he has to clarify that it wasn't Harry. I think that is so funny. Anyways, we're gonna look at the comments on this though, because the comments are actually irritating my soul. Somebody said me when I make up a story for likes, and it said him at the party, these boys all over me, OMG. Okay. This is the reason society is in the sewer dumps. We keep elevating liars like this who keep desperately wanting to go viral with their fables. He's so annoying, for real. It was definitely Steve Lacy. You know, he be on them white boys like rice. Oh, I didn't even think of Steve Lacy. I was thinking Omar Apollo. Somebody was like... Also, when people are like, we do not care. Okay, bitch. You fucking took the time to type this shit out. Clearly you fucking care enough. The fuck? Anyways. Raggedy ass. Fucking... He's so annoying. God, he is insufferable. Okay, let me fucking tell y'all something. I want to know what the difference between this is, and I want to know what the difference between Chris saying and telling a story about how he literally just talked to a famous person, okay, and how he potentially could have gone home with this person. I want to know what the difference between this is and Jeffree Star, or like, you know, any other fucking influencer over the last 10 fucking years who's a fucking gay male. I want to know what the difference between Chris and them are, but specifically Jeffree, because Jeffree Star loves to be like, oh, like, yeah, like I've had NFL people and NBA people. I've had a whole team in my house at once, and like blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, that is so weird and so fucking crazy, because like, that's weird. And nobody fucking questioned it. Y'all are so okay with Jeffree Star lying. Y'all are so okay with Jeffree Star lying that you're willing to just believe, or just at least let his lies pass. And even if he was telling the truth, like, y'all, like, you don't fucking, like, even ever question it. You guys are just like, oh yeah, he has to be telling the truth. Even though he's never given us even an ounce of fucking proof. But then fucking Chris literally gives a very small story about how he literally was just talking to somebody who is famous, who is a fucking artist that is very well known, and suddenly y'all are become fucking critics and act like you were at the fucking party, and y'all want to be like, oh my God, I just hate liars like this. Bitch, shut up, because you weren't even fucking there. You don't even fucking know nothing. You don't even fucking know nothing. Mind your fucking business, bro. Mind your fucking business. Like, the fuck? Like, you out here doing all this for what? You doing all this for what? You over here talking about some motherfucking, oh, he is insufferable. Okay, bitch, then fucking block him. Then fucking block him. You see a fucking video of his pop up on your fucking For You page, or come across your fucking Twitter timeline, or come across your fucking Facebook timeline or some shit, or your fucking Instagram reels, the fuck, fucking block them or skip the video. It's not that hard. I don't understand what the fuck y'all gotta get on the motherfucking internet every fucking day in and motherfucking day out, talking about some motherfucking, oh, I don't like this, oh, insufferable, oh, he's a lot, oh my, okay, then fucking block him. You clearly got so much to fucking say. You obviously don't fucking like this person. Fucking block him. Literally, if you are only fucking keeping somebody around on your fucking For You page or whatever the fuck, so that way you can fucking sit there and hate on them, y'all are wild. Y'all are fucking wild. You're fucking wild and you need fucking help. Thank you. Anyways, get some fucking help. Because, and I'm gonna tell you right now too, because Jeffree Star, I keep that motherfucker blocked. Been blocked. Been blocked, won't stop. 10 white toes and a toy flip-flop. Okay, I don't know the fucking words, but you get the fucking point, bitch. Okay, I keep Jeffree Star blocked. I keep a lot of these motherfuckers blocked. Okay, because James Charles blocked, Jeffree Star blocked. Okay, I finally unblocked Manya MUA because I was like, you know what? I'm ready to give Manny another try. Nikita Dragon blocked. Okay. Gabriel Zamora still blocked, but maybe one day, hopefully soon, I'll be ready to give him another chance. Okay. Chris Brown blocked. Okay. I got all these motherfuckers blocked because they're awful people. Okay, I don't need that negativity coming across my motherfucking timeline. Now, of course, if I do see something from these motherfuckers, it's usually gonna be because of Buzz and Pop, Pop something. What's the other one? Pop Bass. You know, all the little fucking Twitter, you know, pop news shits. Okay, that's really the only time I fucking see that shit. But I don't fucking willingly go out of my way to be like, oh, let me go see what Chris Brown's up to. No, fuck him. He's an abuser. He's an awful human being, okay? All right? He's an abuser, and he's an abuser, okay? He's a liar and a manipulator. Thank you. Next. All right. All right, on to the sad stuff. Now, this is, well, actually, a lot of this is going to be more good than it is bad, but this has to do with the earthquakes that happened in Turkey. Now, these are like some of the rescues. I purposely did not want to cover the stuff that happened last week because there was so much of it, but it also physically made me so sad and like low-key sick to my stomach, seeing so much of the shit happen, but then also like seeing people online make jokes about it. And I just genuinely didn't want to talk about it at that time because I knew it was just gonna frustrate me and make me really mad. And it made me mad too, especially because like Hassan Piker, the streamer, was like trying to raise money, and then like literal haters were like going to people's streams and being like, don't donate, and he's just scamming people so he can keep the money for himself. Wild. Anyways, here is them rescuing a young person.
Abi gelin mi Mehmet Ali abi?
Look at, they got him. Look at them go. Woohoo! They did it. Woohoo! Yeah, that's what I like to see. Rescues. Here's them rescuing a baby. Isn't that crazy? This baby was rescued with his family after 120 hours under the rubble in Turkey. Can you imagine? Imagine being under rubble for 120 hours. A cat led rescue teams to a building. An earthquake hit Turkey, where a mother and her 2 children, along with the baby, were rescued from the rubble. Heartwarming reminder of the power of the animal-human bond. Look at this perfect little cat. This cat said, babe, I'm gonna need you to fucking... This cat said, babe, get to work, hon. Get to work. Look at this little cat that got rescued. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. He said, hey, bestie. I'm chilling. I'm chilling here.
Adını ne koydun? Enkaz koydun.
Wow. Look at that cutie. And the cat. Wow. What a time to be alive. Cat's getting rescued. If I was that cat, I'd be chilling there too. I'd be like, thank you, sir. So much. Not just because he's cute, but literally because I'm like, thank you. I could have died under there, but I didn't. Wow. We love a savior. We love a hero. All right, now to the really serious stuff. A massive 5-acre fire has broken out at a warehouse storing plastic plant pots in Kissimmee, Florida. I literally don't. Kissimmee, Florida. I don't know. Hazmat teams are monitoring air quality due to the large amount of smoke coming from the burning plastics. Residents with breathing issues should remain indoors. And this doesn't have any audio, but this is literally the fucking fire as we fucking speak. Imagine. Can you fucking imagine? Isn't that fucking crazy? And it's also just a little odd that that is happening simultaneously. Like, look at that. And it's wild that this is happening simultaneously Well, I don't know. In Tucson, Arizona, a truck carrying hazardous waste just happens to fucking tip over. A truck carrying hazardous waste happens to fucking tip over? No, absolutely not, babe. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think you're lying to me, and I think you're lying to me, and that's a fact. Because there's no way that this just so happens to happen this week, right? Literally destroying our fucking air quality, right? Then this just so happens to happen. A little weird, little sus. Nobody seems to think so. Okay, whatever. That's fine. We can think it's not weird. We can think it's not sus. Okay, whatever. But then in fucking Ohio, we have a fucking fire that has been going, contaminated the fucking water. You can literally see the fucking water changing color. Look it.
Wow.
Look it. Look at it.
Look at all that.
Because of all the shit that's in the water now, okay? All this shit is happening this week and nobody wants to fucking question it. No one's gonna fucking bring attention to this? Are we just not gonna fucking talk about it? We're just gonna, no? Okay, that's fine. Like, it is what it is, I guess. Like, if we just don't wanna fucking talk, like, I mean, I guess, but like, the fact that this is a view from like 23,000 fucking feet in the air, 40,000 feet in the air, and you want to tell me that none of this, that this is all just, oh, it's just, you know, things, it just happens to be a bad week for the world, but specifically for the US, you know, it just happens to be a bad week for Florida. It's just a bad week for Arizona. It's just a bad week for Ohio. Who's fucking next? Who's fucking next? Like, genuinely fucking asking, who's fucking next? Cause this shit wild. This shit is fucking wild. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way. This shit breaks my fucking heart. All right. We already saw this. We already saw this. So that's all for the news today. But isn't that shit fucking wild, bro? That is fucking crazy. Bro, anyways. All right. Let's go ahead and watch us a little JCS. Some JCS real quick. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and watch us a little JCS. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and watch us a little bit of that. Some of that JC. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit of JC. Okay, what do we want to watch? What do we want to start with? Also, I am gonna put some of these in part 1, part 2. Oh, did we start? Oh, we already saw all 3 parts, right? Yeah, we already saw all these. Okay, we can do this one and this one. Let's do these 2. Start. None of the above.
David Russell Williams enrolled in the Royal Canadian Air Force in 1987 and was soon promoted to captain by January 1st, 1991. From that moment on, he would have been addressed as Sir by his subordinates and Captain Williams by his superiors. Described as an elite pilot and shining bright star of the military, he quickly rose through the ranks and was promoted to colonel in June of 2004, while also being appointed the role of commanding officer at CFB Trenton, Canada's largest Air Force base. He was essentially in full command of over 7,000 military personnel, all of whom would have then referred to him as Colonel or Colonel Williams without exception.
That is a lot of fucking people to be in charge of. Sorry, that's wild. Imagine being in charge of that many fucking people. Okay.
This would have afforded him an extensive amount of psychosocial equanimity and confidence, and wasn't exclusive to his work life. His designated title of colonel would have been printed on all forms of identification, and every formal encounter would sanctify this military standing. A doctor, lawyer, police officer, or any other figure of authority would recognize and comply to the traditional courtesy of addressing him by his professional rank, boosting his composure and self-assurance each and every time as his elevated social standing and military achievements were accentuated for all to see. There was one exception, however, and that was the day he met Detective Sergeant Jim Smith.
You start to see girls.
Before clarifying the psychological relevance as to why a senior detective would purposefully refrain from addressing a highly respected military commander by his formal title, first consolidate each of the elements and circumstances that led to the crossing of paths between these two profoundly dissimilar yet equally fascinating individuals. 10 days earlier, on January 28th of 2010, Andy Lloyd received a call from his mother around midday stating that his younger sister, 27-year-old Jessica Lloyd, had failed to show up to work and wasn't responding to phone calls or text messages. He immediately drove to her isolated home on Ontario's Highway 37 and discovered she wasn't there. There was no sign of a break-in, yet Jessica was known for leaving her doors unlocked, and all of her personal items were still inside the premises, including her phone, passport, and driver's license. Ottawa is known for its remarkably low crime rate and widely recognized as the safest city in Canada. The local authorities had resources to spare, and a missing persons investigation was launched immediately, which included an entire division from the Ottawa Police Force, over 2,000 members of the public, and even a specialist search and rescue unit from the Canadian Air Force. The word spread extremely fast across the city through the help of the media, and on the second day of Jessica's disappearance, an anonymous member of the public came forward with vital information. He stated that while driving home from work the night before, at roughly 3 a.m., he drove past Jessica's house and noticed an SUV parked in a field just a short distance away. He stated that he remembered feeling that something just seemed off, as it was parked in such an unusual area at such a late hour, and he had drove past the premises thousands of times before and not once seen the vehicle before that moment. Police immediately canvassed the area in question, where they found tire tracks in the field and boot prints leading up to Jessica's house. They had attained their first two significant pieces of evidence, which then became the foundation for the next stages of the investigation. Police immediately set up 6 roadblocks throughout the surrounding area and stopped every SUV that passed in the hope of finding a match to the tire tracks. They reportedly stopped over 200 vehicles over the next 4 days, yet had no luck, and were on the verge of reassigning their manpower from the roads to conduct foot patrols in off-road areas and pathways. However, at roughly 7:30 p.m. on February 4th, their luck did a full 180, as the sports utility vehicle of Colonel Russell Williams was stopped. He was reportedly polite and nonchalant about what he thought was a routine traffic procedure and was sent on his way after just 90 seconds. Unbeknownst to him, he was immediately placed under police surveillance from that moment on, as his tires came up as a complete match to the tracks found in the field near Jessica Lloyd's house. 2 days later, on Sunday, February the 7th, he received a call from police headquarters in Ottawa asking him to visit the premises for the purpose of answering questions in relation to an ongoing investigative matter. The colonel didn't inquire further and agreed to drop into the police station immediately. He reportedly told his wife that he would be back for dinner before setting off and arrived at the headquarters shortly before 3 p.m., where he was greeted by Detective Sergeant Jim Smith, a trained polygraph technician and senior investigator of the Policing Behavioral Sciences Unit.
Pop, sis.
You just have to see, girls. I'm just going to move your gloves here. That's a little microphone, just to make sure there's nice and clear. As you can see here, everything in this room is videotaped and audio taped. You ever been interviewed by the police in a room like this before?
I have never been interviewed like this.
Oh, no? Okay.
I guess closest to interview by NIS for top secret clearance.
Oh, yeah? All right. Well, again, Russell, I appreciate you coming in.
The gasconade is casually acknowledged, yet quickly brushed to one side by the detective, followed by the informal address to the subject using his first name. He immediately sets the stage for the interview and takes the colonel down from his elevated platform for the sole purpose of stripping away confidence. This increases the telling signs in body language and intonation when information is fabricated, and also decreases cognitive stamina, lessening the amount of time.
So Russell didn't even call him, like, it wasn't even like, so Colonel, whatever the fuck his name is. He's just like, Russell.
An individual can keep a facade before they essentially break.
An investigation like this, I mean, I'm sure you can appreciate it's been big news, especially down Belleville way. And, you know, obviously our approach to cases like this is that we don't give up on somebody being alive until we get evidence that they're not. So,
what the fuck is this hairline, bro? Sorry, I'm just confuzzled. What happened, babe? You know what? It's none of my business. You know, sometimes things happen, and sometimes things happen. You know, it is what it is. I just, you know.
Because of that, we're treating Jessica's case as an emergent situation, obviously. So we're fast forwarding things that we might normally take our time with, and that's why we're here on a Sunday afternoon. So again, I appreciate it. We're going to do a pretty thorough interview today. Okay. And the reason for that is because the last thing we want is to be calling people back again and again and again. Okay.
Right.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go over a number of things, and I'm going to explain what all those are to you. Okay. I'm a big coffee guy. I don't know if you're a coffee guy or not. I didn't want to drink in front of you, so.
Yes. Okay. Also, I'm not sure if you guys know this, but anytime, if you ever have to get interrogated by the police, anytime that they offer you something to drink, I found out that it's usually because they're trying to like get you to touch something so they can get your fingerprints. And then when you're done drinking it, they'll say, oh, and like they'll try not to have like a trash can in the room. They'll be like, oh, like I'll go throw this away for you. And then they'll like hand it off to somebody. And like they'll like get the fingerprints off the cup. Isn't that crazy? Especially like with glass. Isn't that fucking crazy, dude? That's wild.
Appreciate that.
All right, go ahead.
I could definitely the black.
Yeah, they're just black with sugar. All right, and again, like I said, this interview is going to be very thorough. But again, I have a simple rule when I talk to people. It's I'm sure you're the same way. I treat everybody with respect. I don't want to ask you to do the same for me. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by going through what your rights are. Okay? Just like everybody else. Okay. Have you ever been read your rights before?
No.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen it on TV a whole bunch of times, but that's usually the American version. So I'll go over with you briefly. Okay.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard somebody say. Usually, like the American version. Are the Miranda rights literally not like the American version? Like I'm confuzzled. Am I missing something? He said that's like the American version, like what you see on TV. Well, okay. Continuing.
People do.
Is it? So we're gonna move on.
Police is that you're obviously not under arrest here today. Okay. Yep. Anytime you feel you want to leave here, you feel free to do so. The door's not locked. Teresa will walk you down the lobby anytime you want. Okay.
Although the subject was free to leave at any time, there was a very subtle yet highly effective subconscious strategy set in place to try to stop this from happening. The detective has sat between...
Essentially being like, one, he's sitting between him and the door. So it's kind of like you are more than welcome to leave at any time, assuming that you can get past me. And also too, I feel like they say that too, to kind of be like, you can also leave at any time, to essentially be like, but if you leave, you will be like at the top of our fucking list, you know?
Russell in the door. You will see this method utilized in almost every interrogation, as it's a subliminal message essentially telling the subject, if you want out of this room, you have to go through me.
If there's anything that comes up in our interview today, Russell, that you feel you want to talk to a lawyer about, you just let me know, okay? And the reason for that is I want to explain to you exactly what's going on here, okay? Jessica Lloyd is one of 4 cases that we're currently investigating, okay? And essentially what's happened is over the past about 4 or 5 months, there have been 4 occurrences that, like I said, that we're looking into. 2 of those occurrences occurred in September of 2009, and very briefly, they were up in the Tweed area. They involved somebody entering 2 different women's houses in the evening hours and committing sexual acts, okay?
During 2009, there were 34 break-ins and attempted break-ins in the quiet town of Orleans, Ottawa, resulting in the theft of hundreds of intimate female garments, 1 incident of rape, and 1 incident of forcible confinement. All of these occurrences took place not far from the home of Russell Williams, who is now the prime suspect for each of these infractions at the time of his interrogation.
In November of 2009, a young lady by the name of Marie-France Como was found murdered in her home in Brighton. And we believe that there was a sexual component to that crime as well.
Corporal Marie-France Como was a 37-year-old military traffic technician based at CFB Trenton. She was raped and suffocated to death inside her home in late November of 2009, which the colonel was also the prime suspect for at this moment.
And then, most recently, we have Jessica Lloyd's disappearance, okay? So essentially, when you're looking at those kind of crimes, we're looking at a number of different potential criminal charges, right?
Just kill him. Kill him now. It's fine.
The most serious one, which is first-degree
Nobody will
murder,
miss him.
Kidnapping, sexual assault, break and enter with intent to commit sexual assault, forcible confinement, okay? And so what I want to make sure you understand, and this is what we've been doing with everybody we've been talking to, is that clearly when we find out who's responsible for one or all of those crimes, they could be charged with one or all of those offenses, okay? Whether it's you or whether it's anybody else, right? Absolutely. And that's why it's important that we make sure that people understand what they have to do and what they don't have to do when they're talking to us, okay? So as I said before, any point today you feel the need, you want to speak to a lawyer, you let me know, and we can take you to a room where you can do that in private, okay? Is there any reason you want to call a lawyer now?
Nope.
Okay.
These first 2 attacks
Chap, do you think that, like, do you guys think that, like, people who, like, this dude, like, going into the situation, do y'all think that, like, people like this, like, just automatically... How do I word this? Like, do you think that they just think that they will be able to get away with, like, the crime that they committed? Like, because, like, they're sitting there, and so, like, do you think that they're just kind of like, oh, like, they don't know it's actually me? Like, they're just, like, they only are, like, asking me because they're like, oh, like, you are a suspect because of the tires, or because of XYZ, or, like, whatever. Like, and even if, like, they don't know. So, like, it's kind of like they don't really have any proof that it could even be me. So like do you think that these people like just automatically think that like they are in the clear, or like do you think that they kind of like know and they're like gonna like try to lie their way out as best they can, and if they can, then they can, but if they don't, then they go to jail, you know? Does that make sense?
My place in Tweed, well, the second one did.
Yeah.
We didn't even know the first one had happened, but I understand that was reasonably close as well. But the second one was very close.
Yeah.
So certainly at the time, the OPP did a door to door.
Yeah.
And within a couple of days, probably the same night. So I spoke with a couple guys then.
The analysis of vocal intonation is a tricky thing when dealing with interrogations, as it cannot be used as evidence in court. Yet intuition would give many the sense that discomposure is emanating from the colonel at this moment. The way he is speaking comes across as slightly nervous and unsure. He would appear to most as being agitated in the manner he is both processing information and communicating his responses. This type of cognitive recognition is a difficult thing to articulate into words, and investigators simply characterize it as gut instinct, which Detective Jim Smith would have no doubt been feeling at this moment.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm aware of that from looking at the different cases. And essentially, Russell, in a nutshell, that's what we wanted to talk to you about. Okay, those 4 cases are of concern to us, and you know, you've kind of almost hit the nail on the head about some of our issues that kind of make us want to talk to.
Like, it's sus that he was like kind of like, oh, like, and I'd say that like, you know, this one had to happen like around like the same time, like whatever, blah blah blah. Like he like. Me personally, I just caught like a really important detail of like something that he just said in passing that I'm kind of like, hold up, pause. Because that would be enough for me as a fucking detective to be like, interesting. I didn't even bring that up, but, you know, thank you. I don't know what the fuck it was. I'll go back in a second.
Essentially,
or maybe at the end, if I remember. I used to be whooping my ass.
Between you and all 4 of those cases. Would you agree? Geographically,
yes, I drive past. Yes, I would say there's a connection. Yeah.
The colonel is asked to state his movements and activity over the past 4 days, which is known in forensic psychology as gathering pretext. The detective wants to get an initial alibi from the suspect before the confrontational phase of the interrogation begins.
Which is so smart, and I'm so glad that they do that, because it's so smart to literally be like, so like, what have you been doing the last few days? Because then any other questions that they ask in relation to that, or like to essentially like get you to like kind of stray off the path of that, they'll be like, but like, didn't you say that you were doing this? And then they're like, huh? What are you talking about? I never said that. I never said that.
This is the most calm a state that he intends to keep Russell in before he ramps up the pressure, and a more relaxed suspect often results in more detailed pretext, thus more information to scrutinize and correlate with any changes made at a later stage.
That makes sense.
Friday on the day I was...
He's trying to think of a good fucking lie. He's like, what's a lie I can tell and that I can get out of too? I don't know.
Friday on the day I was at home most of the time. Most of the day I had a stomach flu.
Okay. In Ottawa or Tweed?
Tweed.
In Tweed?
Tweed is a village in Ontario where the colonel had a second vacation home located roughly 125 miles from his house in Ottawa.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we backtrack then. So all day Friday, you're at home.
Yeah.
And then what time do you leave to go to the base to sleep there on the Friday night?
Not sure. Probably just went in for just before bed. So I probably left Tweed between 8 and 9 or so.
Okay. And you get to the base and spend the evening there and get up for the 5:30.
You spent the night at the base and you proceeded to lie. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Okay, yeah.
At the cottage. I want to get confused between your home in Ottawa and the home in Tweed. So
no, I had been in Tweed all week.
Yeah.
The week prior now.
Lies. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's.
I can spot a liar a mile away, kids. Let me tell you.
Flew Saturday. Headed to Ottawa Saturday night.
Okay. So if you didn't have the stomach flu on the Friday, what was your schedule that day? Okay.
What would have been my schedule? Just a standard schedule in the office.
Okay.
I hate this man already. Because he knows what the fucking question is, and he already knows that he's fucking caught. So he's literally just trying to, like, be like, what schedule? What do you mean? What do you talk, like my work schedule? Just like my regular work schedule, that's all. Yeah, dude, nothing crazy.
Ops brief in the morning, a couple of meetings. I can't remember what the specifics were going to be.
What do you want?
Please.
Want a job that I don't hate.
He just like me for real.
Okay, so Thursday night you slept at Tweed, or you?
Yep.
All right.
No,
and
he
what
didn't.
Did you do Thursday during the day?
Thursday night he did not slept at Tweed. Thursday night he slept at Untweed.
Yeah, nothing. I was not flying, so I was at the base. So I would have gone in early in the morning, back in the evening again.
Okay.
The method of gathering pretext is then focused on the murder of Marie France Como.
Okay.
Now, I'm not going to walk you through November, but I'm going to take you to a date that's probably pretty fresh in your mind, the day that Marie France Como.
Yeah.
Do you remember how you found out?
I do. Yeah, I was sent an email. Well, as soon as the ops staff and the base learned, they told me.
Okay.
So I got an email. I can't remember if it was late at night, early in the morning. It was certainly. I saw it. I want to say first thing in the morning because I had just come back from Ottawa. I was in Ottawa for a set of meetings on one of the days.
You liar!
Day of the week we're talking about it, but
Okay, sorry.
yeah, no, I mean, obviously when people get skilled, it gets your attention. So
Absolutely.
I very much remember that coming.
And how did you know Marie France Como?
I'd only met her once. She was on a crew I was on just after I got to the base.
Okay. Do you know? Roughly
There's a
when that
mic
happened?
somewhere on the table.
That we were
Something
missing
just
for-
moved and I
You told
heard
me that or
it.
the one time there, yeah.
It was soon after I got to the base, so I don't remember exactly, but I would say in the first couple of months, so August, September.
Okay. Now you got that email
Lies.
notifying you that something had happened.
Yeah.
Do you have any kind of a clear recollection as to how your schedule was going that week?
Well, I can't remember what day that the message came in. Just a second.
It's gonna be so funny in like 2 seconds when they go to ask him a different question and they're gonna be like, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, so like your schedule this day was like this. And he's like, yeah, like my schedule at the time was like this, XYZ. And they're gonna be like, you ding dong, you just said that you don't fucking remember your goddamn schedule. Suddenly you like, oh, I know what my schedule is. Weirdo. I will never doesn't break eye contact.
I'm just thinking there's a whole bunch of activity.
He's not breaking eye contact because he's trying to, like, a lot of people don't know. Ugh, I love having a psychology degree. Anyways, a lot of people don't know that sometimes, like, when you break eye contact or, like, you're, like, looking around when telling stuff or, like, telling a story or, like, answering a question, a lot of times that usually means that you're lying. Me personally, I can't hold eye contact with people. I can. I don't like to do it, though. It's not something I'm particularly good at. Since I was a kid, I got bullied a lot for having Duane syndrome. So, yeah. And people would be like, oh, do you have a lazy eye? And like people always commented on my eyes. And so I don't like looking people in the eyes. And it's literally like, that's like my greatest fucking downfall on this planet. If I ever had to be interrogated, like let's say on the off chance I like somehow committed a murder, a crime, a big crime murder, and they like had to interview me, they'd be like, it should be noted that he's avoiding, and like I ended up in a video like this, they're like, it should be noted that he's like avoiding eye contact, and I'd have to be like, I'm not avoiding eye contact because I'm guilty. I'm avoiding eye contact. Okay, well that too, but like I'm mostly avoiding eye contact because I literally can't, like, God forbid that I have to be interrogated for something I didn't even fucking do. And they're just like, oh, he's avoiding eye contact a lot. And they'd be like, why are you avoiding eye contact so much? Like, you're not drunk. I'd be like, no, I know. I just don't like looking people in the eyes because I feel like they're judging me when they look into my, I feel like people are like judging how I look on my face when they look into my eyes. And they're like, oh, like one of his eyes is like, it's like kind of, it's a little wonky. She's a little wonky girl. She got a mind of her own. You know what I'm saying? And it bothers me. It bothers me. So I don't like it.
I can't remember the day.
It makes me sad.
This was the third time in quick succession the colonel stated that he couldn't remember the answer to the question. A normal interaction between two parties would most often elicit the person posing the question to reassure the individual it was directed at. Statements along the lines of, don't worry if you can't remember, we'll move on, or it was a long time ago, it must be difficult to recollect, would be afforded as a form of consolation and to also break the uncomfortable silence. Even during a legitimate witness statement, some form of emotional assistance or encouragement will often be given, especially to someone in the midst of recollecting a distressing moment or time period from the past. On this occasion, there is no such reassurance from the detective whatsoever. Only a stoic gaze and not a single shift in body.
We stand the detective. He said, you gonna answer this question or what? He said, baby, I got lunch in 25 minutes. I'm gonna need you to hurry to hail it. Okay. He said, but you got shit to do. So I'm a hungry girl. All right. He said, we going to lunch today. Okay. The captain is buying us lunch. Okay. We going to Subway and Wendy's. He said we can pick one or the other, and I'm not missing this. I am hungry. Okay. Otherwise, you will be sitting here, no food. for the next hour and a half, because that's how long this lunch is going to take.
Posture during the moments of silence.
I'm just trying to think through the news reports I read. No, I'm sorry, I can't remember what day that was, but what we learned after the fact was that the MPs had learnt of her death.
Oh, suddenly you remember what I do remember is suddenly I didn't really remember much before, but I suddenly remember this random fact thing that will be crucial to the investigation, and it'll be enough to maybe possibly throw you off my trail. Oh, I just realized I don't have closed captions on. Let me turn those on. Let me turn on closed captions.
Okay. So I think what happened. I'm sorry. Just a second.
So if we were to do a similar investigation in your background, is there anything you can think of that anybody may have misinterpreted, or anything in your history that somebody might say Russell Williams
Absolutely.
did this?
No.
Okay.
Be very boring.
What's that?
It'll be very boring.
All right, because essentially that's what I'm looking at. Is it? You seem like a very intelligent person, and I think you can see how.
You seem like,
a surprise
but
like
he's
that
not.
would certainly set off some alarm bells in our investigation, right?
Okay.
So the next thing we need to cover off is, well, I'll just ask you this straight out. Given the types of crimes we're investigating, do you get much chance to watch television shows, CSI, things like that?
I do watch. I prefer Law and Order, but I do watch CSI occasionally.
Oh,
Okay.
he's a
So you have
Law
an
and
idea
Order
of,
girly.
obviously, the
Okay.
forensic capabilities, things like that are out there.
Some redeeming qualities.
What would you be willing to give me today to help me move past you in this investigation?
What do you need?
Well, would you be willing to supply things like fingerprints, blood samples,
Sure.
things like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
The only two pieces of evidence that police had acquired at this point in time were the tire tracks and the footprints outside the missing person's residence. What many are unaware of is that the DNA found on Marie France Como was not admissible, as her body was highly decomposed at the time of discovery, thus making any genetic analysis virtually impossible, as this was before the era of the latest DNA testing method known as next-generation sequencing. Only one of the sexual assault victims had male DNA found on the back of her neck, yet this was by far the least severe attack, which falls into the bracket of forcible confinement, and had no exterior elements connected to the more serious infractions of murder and rape. The evidence of the tire tracks would be easily refuted by a defense team, as they were a relatively common brand for off-road vehicles, which would extinguish the BRD...
Which is like, which is why that's a really difficult thing to catch something. Like, you can't solely go off of tire tracks. You can, however, to some degree, you can go off of it, and it could be pretty substantial evidence, especially if everybody in the area who might even have the same tires or even something similar, if their tires are not, if your tires are more worn down than everybody else's, maybe, or maybe possibly if your tires aren't worn down at all, like they're brand new fucking tires, and everybody else's tires are like, you know, a little bit more worn down in the area, right? Especially people who have those fucking specific tires, right? And then you can kind of go off of that, and you're like, well, these tires are like, these leave like brand new tread marks. So like, and they're deep. Which means mud's really getting in there, buddy.
Standard of proof, also known as guilt beyond all reasonable doubt. The only significant piece of evidence were the footprints. It was the singular and emblematic element linked to the culpability of Jessica Lloyd's disappearance. And notice how the colonel looks down at his own boots as he gives his response to the following request.
Footwear impressions?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think that's what we're gonna ask you to do.
Okay.
All right. I told you when I came in here that I'm gonna treat you with respect, and I've asked you to do the same for me. We talked about the whole idea of how we've approached you here. Okay. The trying to be as discreet as possible. Okay. But the problem is, Russell, is every time I walk out of this room, there's another issue that comes up. Okay. And it's not issues that point away from you. It's issues that point at you. Okay. And I want you to see what I mean. All right.
We've crash landed on
No!
There's something out there.
It's a dinosaur. I knew it.
Need to be quiet and move.
It's T-Rex. It's another T-Rex.
65 only in movie theaters.
I kind of want to go see that. Actually, it's kind of good.
Brendan, you're not fat. It's the shirt. Look at Nate. His true classic is tighter.
This is the footwear.
Yeah, Brendan, you're not
impression
fat. It's just the shirt.
Of the person who approached the rear of Jessica Lloyd's house on the evening of the 28th and 29th of January.
Yep.
Okay. Essentially, when you're dealing with footwear impressions, we have a gentleman on the OPP who's basically world-renowned. His name is John Norman, and essentially with footwear impressions, you're in a situation where you're pretty much in the area of fingerprints. Okay.
All of the previous affirmations were fabricated for the sole purpose of heightening psychological pressure. Footprints are not even close to being as indistinguishable nor incriminating as fingerprints.
This is a photocopy of the boot that
that's
you took off your
smart.
foot just a little while ago. Okay?
Honestly, this is
Now-
so, like, true crime is so helpful to understand too, especially like if you're being wrongfully convicted of a crime. Like, if you know for a fact that you're being wrongfully convicted of a crime, they're like, well, your foot, like, you wear the same type of shoe, like, I'm like, we did, like, foot imprints or whatever. And you can be like, okay, do you have any fingerprints for me, though? And they're like, no. I'm like, but, like, your footprint is just as, like, solid of evidence? No, it's not. Because anybody literally can have the same, like, stride, low-key, same weight, same pressure, everything. You cannot sit here and tell me, like, that is your end-all be-all evidence, okay? They're like, well, you're wearing Vans today. I'm like, yeah, a lot of people wear Vans, babe, okay?
I'm not an expert in footwear impressions, so I rely on the experts. Footwear impressions are very much like fingerprint comparisons, okay? You take a look at this print, and again, this is one print. This person walked through, there's several different prints to compare. So we're gonna get features off of one print to compare, features off another print to compare.
Yep.
These are identical. Okay. Your vehicle drove up the side of Jessica Lloyd's house. Your boots walked to the back of Jessica Lloyd's house on the evening of the 28th and 29th of January. Okay. You want discretion. We need to have some honesty, okay? Because this is getting out of control really fast, Russell. Okay, really, really fast.
I hate him. Trying to act like, oh, that's so crazy. Well, those are my prints. I wouldn't say that. I don't wear shoes. Like, Russell, babe, you're caught. You're caught, babe. You're caught.
This is getting beyond my control.
I'm like,
I came in here a few hours
I'm like,
ago.
go ahead, say something, Russell, baby. I mean, you practically caught at this point. We already got the evidence up stacked against you, honey. There's this evidence. There's more evidence. We literally got your DNA on her motherfucking body, baby. Okay, you ain't got to sit here and try to pretend like you didn't do this. So go ahead, tell me what the fuck you did. Tell me what the fuck exactly happened, because I don't fucking play that shit. I'd be such a good detective too, because I'd get people to admit shit so fast. I'd be like, no, tell me what you did. Tell me what you did. Go ahead. Because I don't play that. No, because we already got the evidence here. I'm literally looking at the evidence right now. Okay? Your fingerprints is found on her body. Okay? But also, the good thing about lying about if you even have certain evidence is, like, you can't give too much. You can't say, like, what exactly that they did. Because if you do, and, like, you happen to be even a slightest bit wrong, you're like, your fingerprints are on their body. If they never fucking touch the body, right? Or, like, your shoe print is on their face because you kicked them in the face. We know what you did. Your hand was on the knife. If they didn't even have anything to do with the knife, they just, like, I don't know, killed somebody in some other way. So they can't really lie about, they can't over exaggerate what the evidence is and how much of the evidence they have, but they can exaggerate it.
And I called you the way I called you today because I wanted to give you the benefit of the doubt. But you and I both know you were at Jessica Lloyd's house, and I need to know why.
Go ahead, think about reason. He's thoroughly looking at these pictures, trying to, like, look at the similarities, because he's probably not actually looking at the pictures. He's probably trying to figure out a way out of this. You can hear his breathing.
I don't know what to say. It's,
Well, you need to explain it, because this is the other problem we're having, Russell, okay? Again, these decisions are made by me. Right now, there's a search warrant being executed at your residence in Ottawa, okay? So your wife now knows what's going on. There's a search warrant being executed at your residence in Tweed.
Oh my god, you guys, today's my dad's birthday. I forgot almost. I just thought about that. I was like, do, and then I was like, oh my god, today's my dad's birthday. Wild. We're going at 1. We're going on a scenic drive of Red Rock. It's free tomorrow, and usually that and the hikes for $20. We're going at 1. Okay, per. Wait. Hold on. I'll have to ask Trin more questions later. Sorry. I had an important message to answer.
Okay.
I'm sorry, chat.
You and I both know they're going to find evidence that links you to these situations.
They sure will.
You and I both know that the unknown offender,
Russell,
male,
baby, just that's
Marie
up, honey.
body is going to be matched to you, quite possibly before the evening's over.
Yeah, so you might as well fess
This is a
up.
major investigation. The Center of Forensic Sciences on call 24 hours a day, helping us with this.
He's
Your opportunity.
I hate when killers like get caught essentially, but they're so laissez-faire because I feel like they're so laissez-faire and so like lackadaisical. I think those are the words I'm looking for. That like they literally just like don't like they don't wanna. They're like kind of like. Okay, sure. Yeah.
To take some control here and to have some explanation that anybody is going to believe is quickly expiring. Okay? Russell, listen to me for a second, okay? When that evidence comes in, when that DNA match, when that phone rings and somebody knocks on this door, your credibility is gone, okay? Because this is how credibility works, all right? And I know you're an intelligent person and you probably don't need to hear this explanation, but I also know your mind's racing right now, okay? Because I've sat across a lot of people in your position over the years, okay? The bottom line is that as soon as we get that piece of evidence that solidifies it, DNA, okay? As soon as the expert in footwear impressions, the expert in tire impressions calls and says, yes, I've examined those and they're a match, it's all over. Because as soon as that happens, where's your credibility? Where's your believability?
Right. Babe, you better give a story. Come on, chop chop. Come on, Russell.
You know there's only one option. What other option is there?
What's the option?
Well, I don't think you want the cold-blooded psychopath option. I might be wrong.
Fucking say something, Russell. Fucking
Because
say
don't get me
something,
wrong, I've met
Russell.
guys who actually kind of enjoyed the notoriety, got off on it. Got off on having that label. Bernardo being one of
Russell,
them.
Russell, come
I
on,
don't see that in
baby.
you.
You ain't even
I saw
giving
that in you
nothing.
when
You ain't
talking
giving
to you,
nothing,
quite
honey.
frankly.
Come on now. You're caught, baby. You're trying to think of a
Maybe
way
I'm
out
wrong.
of this.
Maybe you got me fooled. I don't know.
Come on. Response. Chop chop, babe. Chop
This
chop.
is over.
Take it too long.
And you can have a bad ending.
Russell's getting on my fucking nerves. He's just sitting here in
Jessica's parents
silence.
continue
He's not saying
to wonder
anything.
where her daughter's lying. And I don't know. I mean, obviously, there's a huge search still underway, and it'll continue. It'll continue until her body's found. Once that happens, then I don't know what other cards you would have to play.
Ooh. The detective needs to shut up. And y'all can just stare at each
What are we
other.
gonna do? Russell. What are we gonna do?
Call me Russ, please.
Okay. What are we gonna do, Russ?
Ugh. Russ. Bitch. The fuck? Russ? You want to be called Russ? For what?
Earn your degree faster at Purdue University Global.
Purdue.
With over
I'm about to
175
Purdue
online
you.
programs, there-
Sorry. Come on, Russ.
Is Jessica somewhere we can find her easily? Like, is this something where I can make a call and tell somebody to go to a location and they're going to find her, or is this something where we have to go and take a walk?
I don't like that I can hear one of their breathing. It's bothering me. And the volume's not even all the way up. He's intentionally staying silent.
Russ, maybe this will help. Can you tell me what the issue is you're struggling with?
He's such a useless fucking man! Sorry. Okay.
It's hard to believe this is happening.
Why is that?
Watch him be like, because I am a military man and my code and honor is being questioned right now. I can't believe you guys are trying to incriminate me for something I didn't even do. He's about to pull the fucking white man bullshit and try to fucking act all innocent and like he's just being fucking accused of some shit that he didn't fucking do. Watch.
Why is it hard to believe?
Sir.
Russ, is there anything you want from me? Is there anything you want me to explain? Is there something missing that you're struggling with that I can shed some light on for you?
Oh my god.
I'm struggling with how upset my wife is right now.
This investigation.
That's what you're worried about? You're not even worried about the other person's family.
It costed no less than $10 million. Easy. And they will say no to nothing. Any request this major case manager makes on this case. They've already been told. It's approved.
Get him.
Don't even bother asking.
Get him, detective.
So what am I doing, Russ?
Give him the old trickaroo, babe.
I put my best foot forward here for you, but I really have. I don't know what else to do to make you understand the impact of what's happening here. Did we talk?
He said, I can't believe I got caught.
Minimize the impact on my wife.
So do I.
So how do we do that?
Well, we start by telling the truth.
Oh.
So where is she?
Come on. Come on, Russell. I know you got it in you. I know you can be a truthful white man.
Get him out.
Is she close to where she lives? I've got maps of that general area. Which town is she near? Why don't we start there?
I'm not sure if you give me a map of it covers Calabar down to the highway and over to Tweed and south. I'll show you.
Let me see what I got here. I might have something. Is she inside, outside? Okay, is she close to a road?
Wow, he's being honest.
Is it something where is she buried, or is she somewhere where if you walk there you would fairly easily see her?
It's here.
Okay. I'll be right back. Okay. Do you want any water or anything?
Sure.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Fingerprints. Okay.
How long has
Especially
she
if it's a
been there
glass cup. I mean, you can get fingerprints from
A little over a
anything.
week.
Was it fairly quick from the time she left?
Friday night.
Friday night?
Yep.
So where was she between Thursday night and Friday night?
In Tweed.
With you?
Yep.
How long was she alive for?
Almost 24 hours, not quite.
Okay. Russ? You're doing the right thing here. Okay. Barry, the obvious question I'm going to have for you is, when they go there, and they'll be there shortly, they're going to find her.
Oh, yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
It's pretty wide open now.
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
Well, do you want to work forwards or backwards?
Doesn't matter.
Why don't we start with Jessica? How does that start for you?
I saw her in her house on her treadmill. Wednesday night, I guess. And I noticed she wasn't there Thursday. So I got into the house to look around. she'd come home. So I went back in through the back patio door while she was sleeping.
Okay.
Men are awful. What? He just fucking broke into her house and then was like, oh, I noticed that she was home again. So I just figured, why not? Huh? What? Is no one gonna...
Marie, France, comment?
There was an open window in the basement of her house when she was away. I went in there a couple of nights before she came home, looked around. I went back in there late at night when she was at home. She was on the phone in her bedroom. She actually discovered me in the basement. She was trying to get her cat to come upstairs, and the cat was in the basement, had seen me and was fixated on me in the corner. She couldn't get the cat up, so she came downstairs to try and get the cat, and I'm not more sure why she came over to me. I guess the cat was staring at me, and she was wondering what the cat was staring at. Lights were on. So when she spotted me, I had the same flashlight. I subdued her, tied her up, brought her upstairs. Strangled her later in the morning.
Why do you think these things happen? Have you spent much time thinking about that?
About why?
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck him. Fuck him and his hairline, okay? Because he's an awful person, so I actually will make fun of him. His hairline's a piece of shit. I was really wondering if this story was gonna be going at a different way or something like that, because it showed two people at the beginning, and so I thought the other dude was actually gonna be the one who actually ended up killing somebody, but that wasn't the fucking case. So it is what it is. But fuck him. He's a piece of shit. Screw you, dude.
Yeah. But I don't know the answers.
Wow, that's crazy. The fact that he admitted to it is even crazier. Like, the fact that he, willingly admitted to it. Like, I can't believe he actually admitted it. That's so fucking wild. But, makes me happy that he did, because, they obviously used that against him, you know? So it is what it is. Dude, that's wild.
Welcome to Hogwarts.
The detectives created a ruse, inviting Stephanie to come in and advise them on a case involving stolen art. Knowing they were dealing with one of their own, they rehearsed and prepared for the interview more than anything they had done before. Their plan of attack was to keep the conversation as casual as possible for as long as possible, and carefully waited for the key moments to initiate the confrontation.
Stephanie, I don't know if you know my partner.
Hey,
great.
Hi.
Stars, nice to meet you.
You guys.
How's it going?
Good.
Moving around. Well, have a seat. I don't want to talk about this in the squad room because I don't know who people are listening. And if we go to my side, everybody's always wondering what everybody else is doing. Okay.
The first thing the detectives do is set up a compatible tone with the suspect. She has just stepped foot inside an interrogation room, and the detectives negate the negative implications of such an environment through a friendly disposition. Consultative meetings, such as seeking advice over an art theft, can take place anywhere, and the last place detectives would choose to spend more time in would be an interrogation room. The reason they give the suspect for meeting in such an unusual location is to not spread rumors or innuendo. Yet the real reason is that all firearms have to be checked in before entering the area, and they needed the suspect to give up her gun without alerting suspicion.
But we're talking about being busy and stuff. We've been assigned a case that we've been looking at. Okay, it's a new case, and as we're doing the case, there's some notes to see as far as your name being mentioned. Do you know John Bruton?
Try and imagine for one moment that you savagely murdered a love rival in a jealous rage. Over 2 decades had passed since the act. Then all of a sudden, you're brought to an interrogation room and sat directly opposite 2 senior investigators who bring up the name of the man you committed first-degree homicide for.
What?
John Rutten?
Rutten.
The investigators already knew how to say John Rutten's name correctly. The mispronunciation was a simple strategy to see how the suspect would react. Setting aside the element of the murder, John Rutten was the second longest relationship in Stephanie's life, and a psychiatrist later stated that this pause was 4 times as long as it should have been. She was already being deceptive by acting as if she hadn't thought about that name for so long, giving reason for her prolonged reflection, when in reality, the name John Rutten was engraved in her memory, and even when slightly mispronounced, it would have most likely taken milliseconds for her to realize exactly who the detectives were referring to.
Right!
Oh yeah, I went to school with him.
You did?
Yeah.
How long did you know him?
Gosh, I went to school in, let's see, went to UCLA in 1978 I started, and, you know, met him at school at the dorms.
She says she met him in the dorms, yet left out the fact that they had dated for 4 years
I was just
and
about
went
to
on
say-
numerous holidays together, even though
I
she
was
wasn't
just
asked
about to say, honey, I was like, girl, you knew him longer than that because y'all was dating. I said, why the hell you sitting here acting like y'all didn't fucking date? Like y'all wasn't screwing the pooch, you know what I'm saying?
directly. A truthful subject would most often volunteer this information without having to be pressed for it.
Right.
Were you guys friends, close friends?
Yeah, we're very close friends. I mean, what's this all about?
Well, it's regarding, it's a case we're working on. It involves John, and in there, some of the statements we reviewed, you know, there's notes and stuff that he knew you and stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, we good friends. Lived in the dorms for, I lived in the dorms for 2 years.
You guys lived in the same dorm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Dykstra.
Okay. Were you guys just friends or anything else, or?
Yeah, we were good friends.
Yeah. Was there ever any relationship or anything that developed between you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we dated. You know, I mean, what's this all about?
Well, it's relating to his wife.
She like doesn't want to like. She isn't very forthcoming with this information, so she's just kind of like, what's this about, huh? Why you guys keep asking me questions, huh?
It's unfortunate that Stephanie's face wasn't captured at this moment, because she would have no doubt been immediately struck by the psychological reaction known as fight or flight. Her brain would have just triggered the influx of a specific cocktail of hormones in order to prepare her to either stay and deal with a threat or try and run away to safety. Stephanie chooses to fight.
Okay.
Okay. Did you know her?
Not really. I mean, I knew that he got married years ago.
Did you ever meet her?
God, I don't know.
Do you know who she was or anything?
Well, let me think. God, it's been a long time ago. I may have met her. Geez.
The words gosh, God, gee are exclamatory remarks used to express surprise or strong emotion. You will see them used continuously throughout this interrogation,
I'm
which
sure
is the
we
suspect
will. I mean, it seems like this is also just like part of her everyday vernacular. So I also feel like maybe we shouldn't like ride too heavily on that, but like that's just me.
To insinuate a vague memory due to a lack of contemplation on the subject matter. She's trying to emit the impression that she would have had no reason to give any further thought to John or anything related to John since they stopped seeing each other over 2 decades ago.
Which makes sense.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you. You said you dated John. How long did you guys date?
I mean, are you guys, is this something...
As we know, Stephanie is a cop and has been for 25 years. She will be wise to the fact that acting oblivious to the unusual development of the situation will be a glaring red flag in the eyes of the investigators. It's been shown time and again on this channel. Guilty suspects will often try and act naive to
for real, she over here acting like she ain't a motherfucking cop herself, honey. You just gave yourself up.
blatant confrontation as a means to avoiding it altogether.
Now.
Whereas truthful subjects will address the
Now,
confrontation
honey,
and
don't
either
be
refute it or, if it's
reckless.
subtle, want immediate clarification and transparency as to what was being insinuated.
I mean, you said I was going to interview somebody about art and how
Well,
you guys are...
here's
I mean...
Stephanie, here's the situation. It's basically, we knew that this, when we saw this in this chrono, that maybe, there was some relationship there. That's what the chrono seemed to indicate.
The detective now subtly avoids the question altogether, but instead offers a deceptively reassuring response to the suspect. He makes a very sharp switch from the investigative subject matter to the previous topic of workplace rumors. He brings her focus back to the false perception of them being on her side. Stephanie had just asked what was going on, and now he essentially replies with, "We are your friends. We're doing you a favor."
And we didn't want to come up to you at your desk and ask those kinds of questions or do anything. You know how up there people can see what's going on if you go into an interview room or people are in there getting supplies.
Okay, I mean...
So we wanted to afford you some privacy, some confidentiality to talk about this because we thought it might be, something, you're married to someone else, obviously, and so forth, and that you may not want to, talk about these things in that setting where someone, we don't want the rumor mill or gossip or any of that kind of stuff
I mean,
to start.
that's fine. I mean...
So we did this just as a means to try and speak to you in just a confidential place where where your business isn't out there for other people.
I love that every single time she tries to interrupt them. She's like, no, I mean, and he keeps going, and he gets a tad bit louder, but then lowers his voice just a little bit because he doesn't want to have her a chance to be like, no, I just mean I just don't understand what you guys are doing. What is this about? Because she's gonna keep asking what this is about because she already knows that she's been caught. She just needs to know. She she needs a way to essentially make it seem like she's innocent. So that way, like, that is, I feel like it's her trying to be like, what's this about? So that way they tell her, so that way she can, like, think of a lie and a way out.
Whether it be shock or the total reluctance to accept the situation at hand, Stephanie warily accepts the reassuring response without further inquiry into her initial challenge. She instead falls back into her agenda of having a foggy memory with regard to the incriminating contents.
Interesting. So your memory foggy, honey.
You know, what year is it now? 2009? I mean, I graduated in 82. 82, yeah. You know, we dated. I dated other guys. I'm sure he dated other girls.
Well, let me ask you, roughly how long would you say you guys dated?
Oh, jeez. I couldn't even say. I mean...
Notice how she now goes on to over-explain things that don't require an explanation, and weren't even inquired about. It's a clear-cut indication of hyperarousal and a derivative of TMT, also known as terror management theory. The suspect...
I was going to say too much tea, but girl... Whichever
will go
one,
off on
honey.
unrelated tangents as means for gaining momentary relief. Going into detail
Let
about
me be
trivial
like,
things
too
affords her a
much
brief
tea,
escape from the terrifying reality
honey.
eventuating before her. This is a very common occurrence in interrogations where the suspect is facing serious charges, and psychiatrists believe it to be a subconscious coping mechanism.
I started school there in 78. I started UCLA in 1978. I graduated in 82. I don't even remember what year he graduated, if it was a year or two before me. I think he was a little bit older than I was. I mean, you know, I can't remember if he was born, let's say I'm born in 1960. I don't know if he was born in 58 or 59. I mean, you know, I mean, I knew his parents, I knew his sister. His brother went to Northridge.
Girl, you giving a lot of motherfucking information about shit that they did not ask about. And even I'm sitting here like, okay, honey, let's wrap it up already. Come on, you over here, you talking too much, honey. I understand that you want to give these motherfucking details to kind of throw them off your trail, but girly pop, you doing a little too much.
You know, his sister had spent the night at my house before. Obviously, I spent the night at his house before. He probably spent the night at my house before. You know,
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, because from what you're telling me, you guys dated while you were in college together, right?
Yeah, and probably after college. I can't. Geez, trying to think when I met my
just
husband.
feel like if you dated somebody, you would at least remember like how long you dated them. Because she's like, I don't even know how long we were together. She like can't even ballpark how long they were together. That's wild. Me personally, okay, I can tell you exactly how long I've been with each person, okay? Any person I've ever been with, okay? I dated one guy in high school for 2 weeks. I dated another guy in high school for 2 weeks, okay? I don't have the best track record with relationships because men get on my fucking nerves. Yes, I'm gay, but like, men are dumb, okay? They be getting on my fucking nerves and they literally just say and do the most outlandish shit and I cannot fucking deal with it. Like, honestly, chat, I want to know, like, chat, do you think that you would just like start divulging information? Like, because obviously like a really telltale sign that a lot of times people are lying. They give a shit ton of unwanted information, especially like after they've asked a question about XYZ. Like, oh, like, how long were you guys together? And she's like, I don't know. I mean, I knew his brother, I knew his sister, I knew his parents, and we went to this, and then blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And so I, like, want to know, like, do y'all think that, like, do you think that, like, you would just end up giving up so much information that, like, you would just, like, crumble under pressure because, like, you immediately knew that you got caught? And also, too, because... LOL, hold on. Somebody just commented. I love that. I love that people think that I'm like, LOL. Anyways, but it's wild. It's fucking wild. Like, I just want to know, like, do y'all, like, also, like, okay. I think we all like to, okay, maybe we all don't like to do this, but I remember at some point in my life, I was really obsessed with, like, I was like, I want to be in the FBI. Anyways, and and I remember at one point I was super obsessed with the idea of being in the FBI, and I was like, oh, I want to be in the FBI. But then I was like, nah. Anyways, so I like thought about it, and I was like, oh, like, like, what if I like was in the FBI? Like, what if like how would I handle the situation? I was like, what if I ever got interrogated? How would I handle the situation? And so I like to play both parts and be like, so can you tell me what this piece of evidence is? And then I'll like flip to the other side. Maybe this isn't a normal thing. Maybe I should shut the fuck up because some people are gonna be like, oh, that's so weird. I've never heard of somebody doing some wild fucking shit like that, pretending to be both sides of the fucking investigation. I was weird in high school. I was a fucking weirdo. That's so crazy. Anyways, like I used to pretend that I was getting wrongfully accused of something I didn't do, and I'd be like, do you know? Do you know who you're dealing with? Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? Oh my god. Oh my god. The fucking CIA could not get that fucking information out of me, okay? And yeah, I just fully fucking divulged it so easily. I was a fucking ding dong in high school. Oh my god, what a time.
My husband in Scott. Let's see. Dare, because I met Scott when I was teaching Dare up in Oregon. But we had long stopped, dating before that.
So you haven't talked to him for a long time?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I haven't talked to him in a long time. I can't even tell you when the last time I talked to him.
Interesting.
I met Scott, I'm thinking in 92 maybe.
Yeah.
April of 92.
Like April of 92. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I was teaching Dare. Let's see, what year is this? We'll be married. I got married in 1996. I think I met.
Oh my god, that's the year my sister was born.
Got 92. Prior to that, I couldn't tell you how long.
Oh my god, that's the year one of my stepsisters was born.
I talked to John prior to that.
But since you met your husband, Scott, you haven't talked to him?
I mean, he may have called me once or twice before we got married.
Right.
Geez, I moved to Sydney in 1994 because I lost my house in the earthquake.
Oh.
Oh no. Okay, that actually is really sad, especially like with everything that's happening in Turkey right now. I know that this has nothing to do with Turkey, but like that does suck. Like losing your house to an earthquake, to any natural disaster. Do people like have to like do insurance for stuff like that? Like people in California, like are their houses like whoop? What just happened? No.
The detectives created a ruse.
Are people's houses like insured?
Dating before that.
So you haven't talked to him for a long time?
Oh,
like, do people insure their houses and stuff?
I couldn't even tell you when the last time I talked to him.
Like I know people have like home and auto insurance, but like I mean like specifically like if you live in like California, do people have like insurance to like protect their homes and stuff like that in the event of like a natural disaster like tornadoes, earthquakes, I don't know, fucking volcano, I don't know, the earth opens up and swallows your home whole, like
92 maybe, April of 92. It was
Scott being your husband.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I was teaching Dare. Let's see, what year is this? We'll be married. I got married in 1996. I think I met Scott in 92. Prior to that, I couldn't tell you how long I talked to John.
Girl, just fess up. You already
since
been
you,
caught.
Since you met your husband, Scott, you haven't talked to him?
You would not be here right now if they...
once or twice before we got married.
Right.
Geez, I moved to Sydney in 1994 because I lost my house in the earthquake.
Oh, really?
Quite honestly, I probably keep in contact with a few people from the dorms. We all lived on the 10th floor, and there's about 3 or 4 people I keep in contact with. There's probably like 6 or 8 of us that were all really close.
And who are those people?
Oh, geez, Diana Basta. People I still keep. I haven't been in contact with her in a long time. I mean, what's this all about? I mean,
well, let me ask you.
The suspect challenges the detectives for the second time, and once again,
she literally just keeps asking this question, and she's like, after she just rambled and gave up all this fucking information, gave one single fucking name, by the way, and she's like, wait, what is this all about, girl? Can you just be honest? Can you just be upfront, honey?
The question is avoided,
that's too
but
hard
this
for
time
you.
in a more confrontational manner, as the topic is maintained with no reassurance afforded. The detectives are ramping up the pressure in a very subtle yet highly effective manner.
As they should.
Relationship between John.
It was kind of a weird relationship. I mean, we dated. I can't say that he was my boyfriend. I don't know that he would consider me his girlfriend. We dated. We did things. I played sports in college. He played basketball. His brother played basketball. We just, it just didn't work out. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It was like I went out with other guys, saw other guys. I went on lots of vacations.
And once you guys split, were you guys still friends, or kind of, you know,
I mean,
problems? Is it friendly, not friendly?
No, I don't think it was not friendly. I mean, we were friendly. I know that we went to Hawaii at one point. Yeah, I mean, you know.
And you were saying that
it's 2009 now.
Had you ever met his wife?
I may have.
Do you remember her name or anything?
I just feel like you would remember meeting somebody's partner. Like, I know every single time I've met somebody's like wife or husband or like whatever, even if I don't fucking like the person that I'm talking to, like that they're, how do I put this? Like, you know, like when you like meet somebody and like they're like, oh, like this is my wife, and like it's like your arch nemesis, like not the wife being the arch nemesis, but like the person that you're talking to is like introducing you to them. You're like, oh my god, I fucking hate this person. Like that's how I like, but I still fucking remember those people. I don't know.
Or what she did for a living, or where she worked, or anything about her?
Sorry, I'm getting work
The suspect
texts.
was just asked 3 consecutive questions relating to the victim. She was supposedly in a reflective state during all 3 of the questions, yet her facial expression completely changed for the 3rd one. This is because she was pretending to be in a state of reflection for the first 2 questions, as she already knew the answers, whereas for the 3rd question, she actually was in a state of reflection and was genuinely searching her memory for the correct response.
Had you ever met his wife?
I may have.
Do you remember her name or anything, or?
The 3rd question is about to be posed, and her focus is about to switch from pretending to be thinking to actually thinking.
Or what she did for a living, or where she worked, or anything about her?
Well, I think I'm going to say I think she was a nurse.
I just always think it's so weird that suddenly people like remember what the fuck people did for work, but like you can't fucking remember their name. Like me personally, like I can't fucking remember what the fuck people major in school, let alone what people do for work half the time. But I can remember your name most of the time. I also kind of suck with names, so I'm not gonna lie. I'm not the best. If you ever fucking meet me and you're like, oh, like my name is like, I don't know, like Leslie, like, yeah, that's like a simple name for me to remember, right? You would think. And literally I will walk away and be like, what was her name? Larissa. Lioness. Like I would struggle. Okay, continue.
And I can't remember how he said he met her. I mean, I mean, it's been so long ago.
Well, let me ask you, did you go to their wedding, you know?
No, I didn't go to their wedding. No, did not go to their wedding.
What's it about? Watch.
I mean, you know, it's been a million years ago.
In the next 25
again,
seconds.
I mean, what, you know, I don't.
I'm sorry, that's actually kind of funny because I literally was like kind of joking around. I'm like being obnoxious and this shit. I was like watching the next 25 seconds. She's gonna be like, I don't know, like what's this about? What's this about? And then she did it. Oh my god. Oh my god. That kind of got me. That's actually kind of funny. I'm not even gonna lie. I was literally just trying to be obnoxious.
I don't know why you're talking about some guy I dated a million years ago.
Well, do you know what happened to his wife?
Yeah, I know she got killed.
You wouldn't need to be an expert in body language to recognize the unmitigated terror emanating from the suspect's face at this moment. She had just verbalized the victim's tragic demise for the first time in most likely over 2 decades.
What did you hear about that?
I saw a poster at work. I'm sure I spoke to him about it. I think I spoke to another friend of his about it.
And how did you first learn about that?
Jeez. Someone could have called me. I could have heard it at work. I think at one point there may have been a flyer or something. I know a good friend of his...
Were you on the job back then when that happened?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm sure I was on the job. That's why I would have heard about it with the flyer.
So you willingly killed somebody on the job, on the clock, while supposed to be defending the people?
You know...
Being that you were kind of used to see John, you know, was everything okay between you guys? I mean, there was never anything uncomfortable or anything between you and her?
8 separate witnesses testified that Stephanie had confronted Sherry at the hospital she worked at, while the 2 of them were reportedly in an intimate relationship with John. The confrontation was said to have been highly aggressive, and Stephanie had to be escorted off the premises by security. Reports stated that Stephanie was by far the more combative, and even made threats against Sherry's life.
You know, I don't know. I mean, it's been so many years. I mean, uncomfortable. I mean, I can't even remember if we had a conversation. I mean, I may have I may have seen her at his apartment. You know, geez, how many years ago was that? I don't even know what year she, you know, got killed.
Where was his apartment?
Notice her passive disposition as she gives the following truthful response.
On Roscoe.
Okay.
Yeah, Roscoe and
Girl, what? Like, you're so inconsistent. You remember random shit from this man. Like, you are remembering these random details. You're like, oh yeah, she was a fucking nurse, and oh yeah, he lived on Roscoe. But you can't fucking remember his wife's name for some fucking reason, and then suddenly you're like, oh yeah, her name's Sherry. But then you can't fucking remember how long you guys dated and how long ago that was, but then suddenly you're like, bitch, pick a side. If you're gonna be a fucking killer and you're gonna fucking lie, pick a fucking side and stick to it, honey. At least be fucking consistent, because this fucking flip-flop, 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 flip-flop bullshit is not fucking working. Let's go. Come on now. Come on now, honey. Let's go now.
East or west of DeSoto, either east or west of DeSoto.
Do you know where he moved after? Did he move after he got married, or do you know? Or
now notice how her disposition switches from passive to frantic as she once again pretends to have a vague memory.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
Did you know where he was living, or
somewhere in the valley?
Did you ever visit him and his wife?
No.
No. You know, get together, dinners.
No.
Sorry.
Like I said, his sister used to come over. His sister had come to my place. I knew his brother because his brother played basketball at Northridge. In fact, I was just coming across some pictures that I just scanned from. I take a lot of photos, like 10,000, and I just did a service where I scanned everything.
And after his wife died, did you talk to him again or anything?
Yeah, I mean, I did talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to him, probably his parents, probably some other friends.
Yeah, of course.
You know, I'm sure I
Everyone
talked
does.
to him.
Yeah, sure.
But you're not sure where he moved to after he got married?
Exactly.
No idea. I mean,
never went over to visit him or
I don't think.
meet
I
his
mean, I
wife,
don't think so. I mean,
I just feel like you would remember these kind of details. But watch, in like literally a minute and a half, she's gonna suddenly fucking remember.
I don't know.
Guaranteed by the time this hits 20 fucking minutes down here, she's gonna fucking, you can't fucking see it. But by the time down here, it's at 17 minutes and 18 seconds right now. Guaranteed by the time this hits 20 minutes, she's gonna suddenly fucking remember where that she did actually go visit him at some point after he moved.
Well, I don't think I did. I mean, I know he lived on Roscoe for a long, long time.
And you're right.
I mean, if you guys are claiming that I'm a suspect, then, you know, I got a problem with that. Okay? So, you know, if you're doing this as an interrogation, you're saying, hey, I'm a suspect. Well, now I got a problem with, you know, now you're accusing me of this? Is that what you're saying?
We're trying to figure out what happened, Stephanie.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, do I need to get a lawyer if you're accusing me of this? You know,
you don't have to. I mean, you know,
I'm just,
you're here of your own free will. I mean,
no, well, I know, but
I mean, you're not under arrest. You can walk out.
You can leave whenever you like.
Well, you know, I'm trying to give you some background of, you know, how I knew him, and now you're telling me that somebody's saying that we had this big old fight, and I don't even know what you're talking about. You know, and I don't want to, you know, get in trouble for something that I didn't even do, or you're saying I did something.
Okay.
We understand.
I mean, how would you guys like it if the tables were turned on you?
I understand. No.
No, that's what we're telling you. I mean, you're free to go whenever you want. If this makes you uncomfortable and you want to,
well, now you're starting to make me uncomfortable.
The thing is, I mean,
you're starting to make me uncomfortable, girl. You're only uncomfortable because you about to get caught.
The burglary thing you're talking about, that is an angle that they looked at. But now we're looking at everything else on the case because nobody was ever arrested on the case.
I don't know that or not.
Okay. Now, what we'd like to do is, obviously, you know about all the DNA stuff and things of the nature that gets done on cases nowadays. You know, if we asked you for a DNA swab, would you be willing to give us one?
Maybe, because now I'm thinking I probably need to talk to a lawyer.
Okay.
I mean,
well,
because I know how this stuff works. Okay, don't get me wrong. You're right. I have been doing this a long time, and I wish I had been recording this because now it sounds like there's, you're telling these people say I'm fighting with her, and now it sounds like you're trying to, I've been doing this a long time.
Yeah, we know.
Okay, and now it almost sounds like you're trying to pin something on me.
No,
now I got that sense.
Well, what it gets to on these cases, and you know it as well as I do, our job is to identify and eliminate suspects.
I can't believe this.
So if we ask,
I can't believe this.
Give us a DNA sample.
Yeah, girl, me neither. I can't believe you really trying to fucking sit here trying to lie your way out of this.
So we can identify or eliminate you. Would you be willing to do that?
Maybe. Because I know this.
That's where we're at too. I mean, because right now, from looking at the evidence, it's
She really trying it.
We may have some DNA at the location.
That's great.
And we're going to do what we can to try to put this thing together. And your name's in the book. These people are pointing at you for whatever reason.
I don't know why. That's just crazy. I mean, that's absolutely crazy.
And it would be irresponsible on our part not to look at it.
I know. You guys have to do your job, and I guess I'm going to have to contact somebody. So.
That's fair.
I mean, because I know how this stuff works. I
Sure.
mean, I just can't believe it.
That's, I mean, we understand that. I mean, if we were in your position, I mean, we would feel the same way.
Yeah.
I just can't even believe it. I mean, it's just. I mean, I'm shocked. I'm really shocked.
She's shocked.
Somebody would be
you guys.
saying that I did.
Truly,
I mean,
I think
we had a fight, so I went.
I think she's just so shocked. Wait, they had a fight. Go back.
Position, I mean, we would feel the same way.
I just can't even believe it. I mean, it's just. I mean, I'm shocked. I'm really shocked. That somebody would be saying that I did this. I mean, we had a fight, and so I went and killed her. I mean, come on.
Well,
that's.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thanks for giving me the courtesy. I would take it for you.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Stephanie, take care.
All right.
This is absolutely crazy.
Let's see, Stephanie.
This is insane.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
And they probably got her away from her desk long enough that they could like get her fingerprints and like DNA and shit like that. Oh wait, but maybe the technology wasn't advanced enough for shit like that yet. I don't know. They definitely did something while they had her.
Okay. Stephanie, you know you have the right to remain silent. Do you understand?
Yes.
Anything you say may be used against you in court. Do you understand?
Yes.
You have the right to the presence of an attorney before and during any questioning. Do you understand?
Yes.
If you cannot afford an attorney,
Yes.
one will be appointed for you free of charge before any questioning if you want. Do you understand?
Yes.
Do you want to talk to us right now?
No.
All right.
Okay.
This
then.
is crazy. This is absolutely. I'm like in shock. I'm totally in shock.
This afternoon, we are back on the record in People versus Lazarus. Shortly before noon, the jury announced they have a verdict. We will take the verdict at this time.
People of the State of California versus Stephanie Eileen Lazarus. Case number BA 357423. We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Stephanie Eileen Lazarus, guilty of the crime of murder of Sherry Rasmussen in violation of Penal Code Section 187A, a felony, as charged in Count 1 of the information. We further find the murder was of the first degree.
Your Honor, I'm John Rutten. Thank you for the opportunity to speak during this hearing. There are really no words that can describe the loss of Sherry and the whole of this experience, so it makes no sense to talk very long. It suffices to say that the Rasmussen family, my family, and Stephanie's family have been thrust into a bizarre world of disbelief and indescribable sadness. Sherry Rasmussen had a profound impact on so many people.
Aww. Take your time.
I was proud that she agreed to be my wife. It was impossible not to notice Sherry when she entered a room. To me, her physical presence was startling.
So it sounds like Stephanie killed her out of jealousy. Shocking.
I can clearly remember the first moment I laid eyes on her. Sherry Rasmussen was a physical presence, and my heart still races when I look at pictures of her. But Sherry was extraordinary, more for who she was than the way she looked. She was a hard worker, a consummate professional, a leader, a diplomat, forgiving, tough, and a kid at heart. Sherry's loss, the way she died, and the trial 25 years after her death has had a profound impact on many, many others. The effects are broad and span a generation, creating pain for those whose lives should have never been touched by this tragic event. Again, words are feeble tools for describing these impacts, but there are so many moments and so very many tears, and the fact that Sherry's death occurred because she met and married me brings me to my knees.
Stephanie Lazarus was sentenced to 27 years to life for the murder of Sherry Rasmussen. She is currently being held inside the maximum security unit of the Central California Women's Facility.
Wow.
Any other cards that stand out in your mind? Any other cards that stand out in your mind?
Ew.
Fuck this.
Y'all are so fucked up for that. That's so fucked. That's so fucked. Oh my god. That's... They're fucked up for that. I can't believe they did that. That's so wild. Oh my god. Okay, wait, hold on. I have to like all the videos that I've watched thus far. I have to like all of them. Because if I don't, that is how
The
we will
drama
keep
began
track
shortly
of what
after the
I've-
Frederick Police.
This is how we will keep track of what
David
I've
Russell
seen.
Williams enrolled in the Royal.
We just saw that
The
one.
detectives created a ruse,
We just
inviting
saw this
Stephanie to.
one. Okay. All right, we'll watch these two next week, or we'll try to get through like 2 or 3 next week, and then maybe we'll have like a day of true crime possibly, and we'll just do all these at once. Maybe not. This is like, that's an hour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.5. Or like 7.5 or 7. This would be like 8, and then like 9.5, 10. So I'm gonna have to split these up a shit ton. So yeah, so when that happens, we'll do that. But yeah, anyways, for now, Daily Dose. We're gonna try to watch some Daily Dose. We're gonna get through as many as we possibly can today. We have so many to catch up on. Look, this is from 3 days ago. Oh wait, I don't have as many to catch up on as I thought I did. That's
Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose.
Oh wait, we already watched that one. Oh, we're here. Okay, we have this row. Oh wait, we only have 2 rows. I could potentially do all of them today.
Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose of Internet. A Catholic nun saw a thief climbing on the roof of a charity community center. The thief was trying to steal their copper pipes. The nun threw down the ladder, trapping the thief on the roof.
Love her for that.
The thief jumped down from the roof to escape, and the nun gave him a good finger wag when he left.
Learn about in school. Martin Luther King
This will always take me out.
Jr. Martin Luther King Jr. What'd he do? He died for our sins. No, that was...
Kids are so fun. He died for our sins.
Why does the door in this train sound exactly like the snoring meme sound effect? The student was caught trying to change everyone's grades while the teacher was away.
What are you doing in my grade book? You are gone.
So this is pretty cool.
Yo, kids are fucking wild, man. Fucking wild. Hold on, sorry. People are commenting on my fucking short and I'm just curious. My timbers are shivered. LOL. My favorite thing is people being like, oh, so someone got you in your feelings because you had to rage on them. Babe, you didn't get in my feelings, but what you're also not going to do is you're not going to fucking disrespect me or somebody else. Okay? Because whether I'm in my feelings or not doesn't really fucking matter. You're an asshole. And I'm going to make you feel bad. That's what I live to do. Me and Drew Afuolo, we like this. We like this for real. And I say that because, I mean, look, if you want to be reckless, you want to be, first of all, if you're a man, but in general, if you're a person who literally just likes to treat people like shit, I'm gonna be real with you, I'm gonna hurt your fucking feelings, bitch. I'm gonna hurt your fucking feelings, okay? Because what you're not gonna do is you're not gonna fucking sit here and be like, oh, like we have the gay guy on our team. Oh, there's a girl on our team. She doesn't know how to shoot. Oh, she sucks. Meanwhile, here I am top fragging. Meanwhile, here she is over here top fragging, okay? 40 kills. And you over here fucking 5 kills, died 22 times, 1 assist, because you keep dying, okay? Honey, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Just don't do it. You over here doing too much. Anyways, back to this video.
Superman was able to stop the train and save the day.
People are so funny. Not this cat being show, he said. No, yeah.
So instead of paying $5.60.
No, instead of paying $6.60, I paid $5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So $1.60 you saved.
Yes.
I'd have given you $1.60 to not tell me that story.
This person started recording because they saw that this guy was being creepy with his woman. A cleaner noticed the situation and decided to help out. A photographer captured the moment.
That makes me so happy. That makes me so happy. I love when people are good people and they're just like, they like are helpful and they're like, absolutely the fuck not. They're like, I don't fucking think so. No.
Moose lost their antlers. This is incredibly rare and lucky because moose grow and lose their antlers once a year.
There it goes. It just shook off. No, moose lost their antlers. Like, they just shook the bitches off. The fuck? That's crazy. Oh.
I never thought about it before, but I guess there's millions or billions of people that have never seen a snowflake.
You're telling me
that's up close.
Look like. Okay, did you know? Hold on. I have a picture. I'm pretty sure I have a picture. Google Photos. Oh, I don't have Google Photos downloaded. Okay, we're gonna download Google Photos, but I have a picture of snowflakes on my person. Google Photos. I'm typing this with one hand, like I'm like, anyways, I'm like going one finger at a time. It's kind of cute, I'm not gonna lie. It's really good and fresh. Okay, while that downloads, oh, it's almost done. It's almost done. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys. Because I have a fucking picture of snowflakes like on me. And I used my fucking phone. It was literally like me like just taking a picture. Maybe, was it on me or was it one of my friends? I know it was during my senior year. Continue. Allow access to all photos. Okay, allow. Do not back up. Okay. Come on. Chop. Chat is waiting. Look, chat. It's loading. I'm sorry, chat. Okay. Here we go. 2017. This is 2020. 2019. 2018. 27. Oh. Are you telling me I only have one picture from 2017? No, there's no way. 2017. 2016, we're close. 2016, it's around here. It's around this area. 2016. Please, where is it? I know I have this photo, chat. I promise I have a photo of a snowflake on me. I promise. Hold on. It's here. I know it is. It's here. I know it is. Unless I deleted it. No, that's not that. It's not that. Please. Chat. Hold on. I promise. I have a fucking picture of a snowflake on my body. Touch my body. Throw me on the floor. Let me around. They want me to move. Touch my body. I'm in my bed. I just want to make it feel like I never did. Okay, maybe it was earlier than that. 2014, maybe? Let's start in 2014. 2015. It's not here. Okay, there's my little brother. My little brother was born. I remember it was cold outside because it was snowing. Surely it's around here somewhere. I don't see it, chat. I can't find it. I'm actually so sad. I literally had proof. I tell you. And it's gone. 2016. Damn, I had a fat ass, bro. The fuck? Anyways. Alright, I can't find it. I give up. It is what it is. Fine. That's scary. They just plunged into
I think this guy might have
clouds.
the greatest gaming setup of all time.
This is actually really fucking cool. Imagine playing Valo in here, but you have to wear like a spacesuit.
I know I shouldn't be surprised, but yes, France actually does have baguette vending machines. So this is pretty cool. There's a type of sea urchin that glows a bright orange color.
Oh, that bitch poisonous for sure. Has to be.
That is the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
That's so
When I
cute.
first heard about cocaine.
Oh my god. That is so cute. Okay. Next!
He's gonna keep coming for us.
I'm something different.
Scream, March 10th.
Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose of Internet. This water park in China was really overcrowded.
This just triggered my fucking claustrophobia, like, bad.
This hippo started chasing after this tour boat.
I didn't realize hippos were that fast. I didn't know hippos could go that fast. That's scary. Oh, a lava on a trampoline. It's a little lava.
Boing, 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 boing.
Oh my god. I really want to do this to someone one day.
This nurse came home after a long shift and couldn't figure out why her hospital badge wasn't working.
Honestly, it'd be like that. Sometimes I'd be going up to my fucking door and like trying to tap my like student card on my door, and then I'm like, oh, you dumb bitch. The fuck is wrong with
You're
you?
painting like a dresser thingy for my room, and I go to shake paint off, and I started from giggling because to me, this literally sounds like Mr. Krabs walking away.
So this is really cool. This guy can slowly move his eyes without having them jump.
Ain't no way.
When you're done.
Oh, I'm already.
Somebody is definitely behind the camera, like having something so that way he can track his eyes.
Halfway done. You can just have this half.
South Korea loves their trees so much that they will give them sugar water using an IV drip to prepare them for the winter.
Alright guys, so I'm like super allergic to peanut butter. Like my cheeks swell up really bad when I eat it, so. Yep, there it is. That's not good. This is not good.
This doctor is
Nothing could have prepared me for that.
demonstrating how incredibly strong the grip of an eagle is. I know it might sound nasty, but this doesn't hurt the eagle at all.
Alright, so if you heard that sound, that's called a ratchet mechanism, and that's what keeps their foot closed.
You can see the exact moment the sea lion recognizes their old trainer.
How do people do that? I want to do that. I'd be a menace, actually. Do not teach me how to do this.
This has got to be the coolest Harry Potter toy.
The cat said, ah!
This artist uses electrical signals from his brain to create designs that he then places on bags.
That's so cool. Wait, that's so cool. And no design would ever be like the same.
This is so goofy.
Like he literally he would just have collection after collection because it's literally like, and if you use somebody else's he's so smart.
Kill stores are putting in these fake security live streamers to make it look like they are watching customers 24/7. That is the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
He's so cute. He's a cute puppo. He's a cute puppo. Okay, McDonald's.
The double shot, baby!
Introducing the new birthday cake shake from Freddy's. Made with creamy vanilla custard, carefully blended with birthday cake.
Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose of Internet. This person went through a McDonald's drive-thru, looked in his bag, and saw that he received the wrong order. He got $5,000 in cash instead.
Like, what is this? Why would they do this?
He decided to be a good person and return the cash.
Are you guys laundering money out here?
Oh my God. God, I really want to give you a hug.
And I get free McDonald's for a month, I guess.
And they let him keep the money. You know what that tells me, though? That the person who made this was probably trying to steal money from, like, okay. I wonder if somebody had recently stolen, like, robbed a fucking bank or something, or stole money from their particular McDonald's location or whatever, and then like they were probably pretty close to getting caught and realized that they probably would have gone to jail, so they like put the money in the bag. Because like, how do you just like, also that just kind of feels fake too, because how do you just happen to put money into a bag? That's so sus. And nobody's gonna fucking question it? We're not gonna fucking question it? Okay, whatever, fine, fuck it, don't question it.
Ooh, he's snitching. Everybody, he's snitching. Hey, dude, get back.
Hey guys, we'll be chugging a Dr. Pepper for Happy New Year's. Alright, well, Happy New Year, guys.
This gorilla did not like how this gorilla did not like how this girl was beating on her chest.
He said, "Run up." He said, "Run up."
Whoa.
He said, "Run up." He said, "Run up." You got some shit to say? He said, "You want to beat on your chest? Run up." He said, "Run up." He said, "Do something then."
Here's a pretty easy science experiment showing how to bend light. When the lights are off, you can see how the laser bounces off the walls of the water stream.
Wait, that's so cool.
Oh my God, I swear to God, this thing just...
No, absolutely, no. Its fucking eyebrows moved. It's fucking eyebrows. What? Hold on, no, we're fucking putting this in slow-mo, watch. Okay, we're putting this in slow-mo, the slowest of slow-mos, okay? Okay, not like super slow, but you get it. Watch its fucking eyebrows. Its eyebrows moved. Did you see it? You guys are gonna think I'm going crazy. I probably am.
Oh my God, I swear to God, this thing just... He looked at me.
This guy trained his cat to turn on the Xbox.
Big
Unless
man,
it was just
I need
the
the
paper.
Xbox on, please. Thank you.
Bro, like, this is so dumb. Look at this. I'm taking a... I can literally see over the...
You want to come in?
I can literally see over the... You want to come in?
Your flipper, you silly boy.
For the...
You want to come in?
Not your flipper. Don't attack your flipper, you silly boy.
So this is pretty cool. The gas stations in Japan look a little different. All the hoses just kinda hang from the ceiling.
All the hose? Sorry. So close.
This has gotta be the saddest baby I've ever seen.
Dude, he's totally blowing me away. I'm sorry. Oh my God. What'd you do? Oh my God, I scared him.
It was so cold in Minnesota that this YouTuber decided to make some artwork using toilet paper.
Spray until it's thick enough to hold the roll.
Whoa! That's so cool.
This dog got upset when this guy stopped petting.
He said, "Bit." He said, "The fuck is wrong with you? Keep petting."
Poor little guy was stressed out.
It's the way I was also equally as stressed as the people in the audience. He said, oh my god. He said, you doing too much. Is that a rat?
This is how quickly they engrave names on a trophy after someone wins a tennis tournament. The engraver waits to see who wins and then immediately goes to work. After a few minutes, the trophy is ready for the presentation.
That's so cool.
That is the end of this video. We hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
That's actually so cool. Wow.
The secret to making a tasty turkey
time for the
pinwheel,
last one.
make it
You
with
know, we'll do
Hillshire
Wordle
Farm
after this
lunch
just to keep stream going.
Showing up on the first page of Google
longer.
might not be the best for everyone.
Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose of Internet. A dentist needed to numb half of this woman's face for a procedure.
I just got done at the dentist. I like, okay. Okay. It's fine, but like, ready? This is me blinking.
Oh. Oh. Oh!
Nobody was hurt, and the guys shook hands afterwards. They gave their dog sparkling water to see how they would react.
This is my favorite fucking video. My favorite is the edit with where it's like that's lick, that's lick.
Okay ba? Nakita mo yung mic? Yes.
Oh.
Narinig mo? Hello, no, no. Hello, no, no. Check. No.
I don't have a driver's license, but I've never been in an accident, so.
Well, like you've never had one, or you just didn't renew it, or?
He said, oof, how can I answer this question without going to prison?
How did Uber allow you to sign up?
Well, you work for Uber, right?
Guys, can you keep it down? I'm trying to sleep.
We just surpassed
What?
a world population of over 8 billion people.
We did.
This is what it would look like if every human on Earth stood next to each other.
That's crazy. I remember there was like a whole thing where people were like 82 miles, 22 this is a little bit more. Oh, wait, which one's more? Wait, which one's less? I don't remember. I remember somebody saying something like everybody in the world could fit in California. But now I'm like, what if we could all just fit in Texas?
You got some right here. Whoa! You got some right here. You got some right here.
So I'm not falling for this shit again, Sandra. Put your fucking finger down.
I found a very interesting Twitch streamer.
Hallo.
Jo, Digga, du bist das älteste Baby, das ich je gesehen habe.
Danke, Bro, danke.
These guys asked an officer if the person they pulled over got a ticket.
Yes, right, bigger. They did get a ticket.
You got donuts?
Donuts. You got donuts? That's funny.
These workers.
That's actually kind of funny. I'd be like, no, but we do have snacks. Would you like some?
Had to use explosives to dig through a tunnel.
That's so cool. Hold on, you can like see the shockwave. Wait.
These workers had to use explosives to dig through a tunnel.
Watch. That's so cool. This is so cool.
Had to use explosives.
Hold on, I want to slow down.
To dig through a tunnel.
Even slowed down. How does it look faster slowed down? Again, one more time. It's so crazy. I mean, when I'm trying to knock the dust off of something and I just do that instead.
Yeah, almost one.
Cheating ass child.
This dog does not like getting kisses from mom.
He said, oof, I'm good, babe. He said, no, I'm good, babe. He's misogynistic. I don't like this dog.
These guys recorded a time-lapse video while working on a project. Can you tell which one has ADHD?
He just like me for real.
This is probably the greatest way to ever win a game of dodgeball. These people put their phone down and ran towards the beach, but recorded these strangers making comments about them.
They're crazy. They're nuts. They're either trying to sober up real quick for a reason, or they're just nuts. Unless you got a killer body.
There's a comet that passes by Earth every 50,000 years, and one of my subscribers captured video footage of it moving through the sky.
I wanted to see it so bad.
That is the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.
Wow, that's crazy. All right, kids. We only have 4 left. We only have 4 left, you guys. We only have 4 left and then we're caught up. I could watch them now, but I want to save them for a different day. All right, let's do today's Wordle though, really quick. We haven't done Wordle in a really long time. Wordle. I know how to fucking play Ding Dong, okay? I'm well aware on how to play the local word. The local Wordle. Okay, I know how to play. I'm a baddie. Oh, it says Valorant, but we're playing Wordle. That's so weird. Also, why is it on games? It should be on... That's so weird. Okay, whatever. Wordle. Okay. We're gonna say... What should we say? Cease. Oh, you can't type it. Oh, you can. Okay. We'll say leg. We'll say lane. A and I. There's an I. Okay. We'll say rough. A-I-O-N-U. Okay. There's an O. Is there an E? And we'll say okay. What words have O and I? Chat, this is actually kind of tough. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, because like words that have O and I. I don't know. Studio? Oh no, that has one too many. Okay. Okay, we were on the right track though. We're on the right track. Video. V-I-D-E-O. Okay. The I is in the right spot. The O is not, which means the O. And there's no E. Oily. Oyster. Okay. It's gonna be blank something I O something something. Or it's gonna be, oh, I don't know what this would be. Okay, I'm trying to think. Chat, what could this be? Okay. We're gonna get this. We'll say, what if I cheat and say words that start with 5-letter words with I and O? Oh, that would make a lot more no, but it can't be doing. It has to be like an O is, so O has to be somewhere in here. Can't be bimbo. Biome. Oh my god. Okay, we're in the right. It's blank dot blank. Or it's blank IO blank blank. I'm literally looking at a list of words and like there's no way. IO. Okay, you know, we can just make up words, right? We can just make up words and go. We can go SIO. We can go TIO. There's no A. We already did B. CIO. We already used D, we already used E, FIO. Feel, EFGHIJ. KIO, L, IO, JKL, M. Do we already do N, O? We already have O. What if it's OIO? PQIO, QRS, CO, rated T, QRST, UV, WIO, we all W X EO ZO EO I don't know, honestly. I need to use up some other letters. So I need like Can't be that. I need something like good. I-O. Amigo. Micro. Do we use an M? Misto. Okay, let's just do misto really quick, just to misto. There's an S and another T. Or there's an S. Okay, so we could do X, I-O, S-X. There's no T though. Chat, if you know, tell me, please. O-I. We use N. It has to be O-I. Or I-O. It's I-O. It's I-O. I don't know how to do this. I'm a ding-dong. I-O. And it needs an S. I-O. And it needs an S. I need an I-O. That's not a B word though. B, A, B, C. Did we have a C? We didn't have any C. C-I-O. Sions? No, it can't be this because there's an N. So we need something blank. I-O. Coitus? No. I-O. I-O. Something I-O. I-O. We already tried D. Okay, A, B, C. Wait, it can't be C unless there's another C up here that had I-O. But yeah, it can't be any of these. A, B, C, D, E, F, F-I-O. This has a D in it though, so it can't be this. E, F, G, H, I, I-O. I-O. Icons, ingot, H-I. Is there anything with like a double I at all? No, H-I, J. It has to be a J then. I-O, I-O, I-O. K. K-I-O. No, the S. Is it kiosk? Is it kiosk? Is it? Bitch, I'ma kill my... Oh my god, I barely got it. There's no way I had to use help for that. I was like, what fucking word is this? That's so crazy. Oh my god. I almost got it. That's crazy. Anyways, chat. Alright, chat. Well, that's all we have time for today. I'll see you guys in the next stream, which will not be tomorrow, but there will be a new video on Tuesday and on Thursday this week. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for all the new viewers and all the new subscribers today and all the new supporters. I appreciate every single one of you. I did post a new short today, so if you want to go watch it, you can. And yeah, I love you guys. Peace out. I'll see you guys later and make good choices. Bye.